How's it going? Oh, hi. Hi, Karyn. This would help to have the mic over here. Welcome to Tuesday Night Festivities. KB with you. So obviously it's been a second because I didn't even remember how to do this. Anyway, hello and welcome to the show. Episode 51 of Tuesday Night Festivities. Renato should be along. You know, in Renato time, right? Like it's Brazilian time, then plus like a little Hollywood attitude or something too, right? There's a little like extra something with him. Anyway, it will be fun to catch up with him. It has been a minute, and in fact, believe it or not, folks, it has been a full calendar year that we have done the show, because this is now episode 51. You know, we took a couple of weeks off here and there, like for example last week. I'll catch you up on that. But it turns out that we started the show on September 7th of 2021. So you should go back and look at that first episode. It's features a very, 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 very hilariously funny, to the point where I was crying laughing, impression that Renato does of Patty Pimblett, which literally had me in tears. So if you are on festivities.com watching this, or if you're on my YouTube, just go to the festivities playlist there and go back to the beginning, started episode 1, and check it out. And it's really, really, really funny. But yeah, this is episode 51, so we will have almost had a full year of these. And they are all on those places, YouTube and on festivities.com. And we are also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Amazon Music. So lots of places to find us. So hopefully you guys will go look at some past episodes. We have literally a killer guest list of people. So it is well worth your time. And the good thing about it is I think it's like, if you do one, then you're going to start to do another one, and you watch another one or listen to another one, and so on and so on and so on. So I think that it'll be something you might want to examine. Okay. So, hey, everybody. Okay. Well, hey, Andy, thank you for saying that. Well, thank you. The Pizza Express. That's exactly what happened in this. Actually, Pizza Express, I guess, was after the London show, which would have been in March. So I think a year ago that was when he's like, I'm little cash cow. It was that one, which was hilarious. What up, warrior fella? What up? Stephen Scott, what had happened was asking about the show that I was doing with Angela Hill. We just kind of put it on hiatus. She had started once again doing the podcast with Jessica Penne that they used to do, called Two Straws. They're doing that one on Fight Pass, and then she also is doing the Ceremonial Weigh-In podcast with her husband Adam, so she's just got other podcasts to do, so we put that on hold. Anyway, but am I coming to Orlando? Yes, Andy, I will be there. So Yam will be there. You guys, I don't even know if people know that song anymore. Do you guys remember that song, Michael McDonald? Yam will be there. Something like that. So, yeah. Anyway, so, hey, everybody. Yes, Library Shortcake. Miss you guys too. So we will catch up on some things. And we're supposed to have D-Rod with us off of his win at UFC 279. So hopefully we'll be checking in with him. But for sure, Renato will be here. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I need a beverage. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's some things that we, of course, are going to get to as well. We are going to talk a lot about UFC 279. Oh, I can tell you what we're going to get to. I actually make a little graphic with these things. Here I go. So here's what we're going to be doing today. So yeah, D-Rod, like I said, we're going to then have a UFC 279 recap and reactions. That was kind of wild, right? The whole way the week changed, how all the matchups changed, how they kind of went from. Some of them were kind of, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to chum the waters here with a certain kind of opinion. So I do want to hear what you guys think about the switching of the card and the fights that we ended up having. So we can go through that whole main card. We've got nice footage of that as well. And then we will have Chidi's choice for this coming weekend, Sandhagen versus Song. I'm working this fight this weekend. And for the last, I want to say 5 in a row, I think Chidi, I know it's that he's gotten them correct. I don't know if it's 4 or 5 in a row. But the last one he picked was Cyril Gunn over Tai Tuivasa. He did not pick for the fights this last weekend because I was on vacation. So anyway, they would have been bonkers anyway, right? Because then all the fights changed. And by the time we would have put, they would have been irrelevant. But at any rate, Chidi is on a hot streak. I believe he's on a 5-win streak. I think overall he's like 6-2 or 7-2. So we will see who his money is on, or who his mouth is on anyway, this week with Corey Sandhagen and Song Yadong, which is going to be really good. I'm very excited about that fight. And I am working that one. I'm looking forward to that. Then, like I said, we'll catch up on the vacation there. I was in Paris for 8 days, I guess, total, which was just fantastic. I had such a good time. And it's just such a beautiful city. I mean, if you can get there. I know, obviously, I'm privileged here that I get to go for work. And otherwise, I know it's a pricey trip, but unbelievable. I went there 20 years ago and it was cool, but I went at a different time of year. The city just looked unbelievably different and just gorgeous. The food, I ate for ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, let us now. Let me actually just get rid of this. Anyway, then we'll take your questions as well. So I can remove that. Okay, now. So anyway, speaking of ridiculous, it's ridiculous that he's won 27 world championships. Believe it or not, I'm not sure when he's going for the 28th. He really should be going for it. I think he's overdue. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome in Mr. Renato Laranja. Hi.
Oh God, you.
How are you?
Always a compliment followed by a knife into the lower back.
Where was the knife? I was just. It is overdue. You should compete again.
That I'm ridiculous, and that when am I gonna have the 28th? Listen, I don't want to hub that in. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped counting. I probably had more than that, but at this point, why hub it in? You know what I mean? Like people say, why you don't have a head belt already? I say. Yeah. What I'm gonna do, like how you hubbing in, how you with the fans who can't afford to go to France and stuff like that.
I literally said, I know I'm privileged.
Oh God, are you? Oh, south of France, this time of year. Oh, you really must. you really must do it. The God, are you? So it's like that. I don't want to do that. I'm have more chase and decorum. So I don't have that one.
I said, I know it's like a ridiculous thing and not everybody can afford it, but if you can, try.
But that's almost worse. It's like, imagine this, you drive up in your Lamborghini and then you're like this, look, I know none of you can afford shit like this, but just if you could, it would be nice.
No, that's so not my approach. I so did not say it like that. And I said, I'm lucky I get to go for work. Those literally back up the tape.
It must be a lucky life you're living.
I said that. I literally said that I'm lucky.
You know what your life is like? It's like under the Tuscan sun. Oh, you go out there, you have a biscotti and coffee and uncircumcised jammy.
I wouldn't know.
And you lay down with Arabs and all kinds of swarthy.
Is that what I did?
Schnazol.
Is that what I did?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, look at the people are excited.
With a female name, like a guy named Hene or something.
Hene, totally Renee. Okay, so for the nerds out there, everybody knows Renee is Jean-Luc Picard's nephew, his dear sweet nephew, Renee.
Oh, René.
Oh, it's tragic.
In my country, they call Hene. It's like Hennessy, which is also from France. Some people think it's from Watts or Compton or something like that. It actually came from France before the black people appropriated that one.
Really?
I think that's a cultural appropriation.
Is it?
Yeah, because... Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Well, because I think black people like to drink Hennessy, and they also, when I was younger, a lot of those kind of cats would drink Courvoisier, and that was
Okay.
that's on the step up from the E&J and stuff like that.
Mm.
If you want to impress them,
Okay.
it also bring out the mean streak for her. You put on the Air Force Ones, hand, that's like Hulk. That's almost like gamma haze, Am I fucked up? Am I fucked up on here because you're giving me a look like you don't know what the fuck?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I just don't. You're fine.
You don't partake.
Well, now that you say it, now you just hiccuped.
I mean, I just moved on so that did something.
Like literally, you were perfect, and then it got weird.
Am I fucked up now?
Still, yeah, you're frozen.
Oh, Christ.
I'm sorry. Okay.
You get to go to France, and I'm still wearing the same. Okay, I guess, kick me out.
No, you're back. You're back. You're hiccupy, but you're back.
Well, I don't want hiccupy. I can do it. I'll switch to the other option for her.
Okay. I think we determined. No, wait. No. You're right. Good. You're good. You're good. Say something.
Hi.
Perfect.
Chesting. 1, 2, 3.
Chesting. You're chesting.
Chestnuts hosting on an open fire.
So you're good. Hey, so listen, Renato, I was explaining to people that we have been together on this show for a year as of September 7th.
Now, for you?
Yeah, for real. This is episode 51 because we took a couple weekends, weeks off because of vacation things. But
because you needed to go on vacations and stuff.
Well, once I had to be in London and once I had to be in Paris.
When I was the long-suffering widow or whatever the fuck.
The Tuesday night widow. I'm sure you found another lady to keep you company, Don Draper.
Well, I only did it because it was empty. I didn't even felt nothing. But I did it anyway, kind of.
I bet you did. But how have you been? So it's been a full year. I was telling them, Renato, I don't know if you remember, but the very first show that we did, episode 1, was a little cash cow and your whole rant with Patty and where I was crying laughing. That was the first show. That was the first episode.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that. Did we even have a guest?
No, we just did it because I had basically pitched the idea to you, and I was like, "Hey, let's just give it a go." And we started it on Instagram, and we just kind of did it to see what happened. And then it seemed like it was fun, and so then we were like, "Okay, well, I guess we'll come back next week." And I forget how many we did before we had a guest.
In my mind, we always have guests, but that's funny how memory works. Like I don't fucking know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And in my mind, that whole Patty Pimblett shit happened like well into the season. My memory is fucked up.
Well, it did though because he fought in March again, and so that was the Pizza Express.
But how
in March,
how the Pizza Express and all that shit, it kind of mingles, it mixes up the years. Now I understand. I used to not understand when my dad. I used to ask him, well, what year was that? You know what I mean? Like he told me something happened,
right.
And I go, what year? And he goes like, shit, I don't know, 1960, whatever, 1992. I don't fuck, you know what I mean? And I would think, how could you? Now I get it. Now I get it. It's like I don't fucking know. When you're a kid, you have it all. Oh yeah. That was that Christmas and yeah. But yeah, stuff has been good.
So yeah, you've been well though. You're good. I missed you. I took a week off, Yeah. So what did you do without me? What were you up to for real?
I took some time for myself, boy.
Did you?
I took some time to pamper myself.
How so?
To treat myself.
What'd you do? How does Renato treat himself?
By availing myself of strange.
Some strange. You got.
I did. Strange. I enjoyed some of that one. And it makes me happy.
Look at you. You're all wistful.
Because
look at you. Wow. Look at you. You had fun.
because
had
you
fun.
know
Good for you, Renato.
it always feels nice to enjoy that one.
Does it?
A new
I'm
one,
sure.
a new
Okay.
one that is
Oh,
a
for
new
sure.
one.
Okay. Yeah.
These same old ones on the rotation.
The same
That's
shoes.
like,
You're tired of
eh,
wearing it. Yeah.
I'm yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
you know, they're not ready to throw on the telephone line yet. The same shoes, you know, but yet you still like, you know what you're doing before you put it on. You go like this. You're about to do it. You go, and you put it on there, like Mr. Robinson's neighborhood or Mr. What the fuck's his name? Mr. Hodges. Mr.
Yeah.
Robinson? Mr.
Mr.
Hodges.
Rogers. Mr. Robinson was Eddie Murphy. Mr. Rogers was the real
I
one.
love that one, so I cross the stream sometime. So, but then when you get a brand new pair of kicks in the rotation, and you open the box, and even you have the tissue paper in there.
Oh, nice.
It
It all
nice.
smells so clean.
And you go cut out, and you put that ones on. You go, ooh wee, look at that ones. And then and then that one's give you a full body massage with almond oil.
Did they?
And then he turned the favor with his zucchini oil. God, you. And then, the sky's the limit.
Uh-huh.
The sky's the limit.
Mm-hmm.
I take her on an all expense paid trip to Hillshire Farm. Oh, God, you. The birthplace of Kilbas. It's the least I can do. God,
you. Yeah. Good. Well, good for you.
And good for her, frankly.
Good for you. Good for her. I wanted to show you. I got a message though. I need to check.
Everything okay for her? Everyone's safe?
Well, oh wait, no, that's not the one I was looking for.
No.
We got a
Don't tell me
last
what I think you're about to tell me.
minute withdrawal. We
fucking Rodriguez?
Yeah, we do not have Mr.
What's this
Gerard.
guy's? What's the fuck happened with this guy now, Karyn?
We just don't. I'm sorry, folks.
So he's scheduled on us.
Yeah. I guess
see
these
how
things,
it is now.
as Gus Johnson said, these things happen in MMA.
I see how it is now. I gave him his fucking starch. If you, for you Laranja out there, this won't go unnoticed because
shots fired is all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm killing him. I'm just saying shots fired.
We can destroy his. We made him, and we can take it all away. If I don't know if you know this, if you ever saw the one Snatchy, the Snatch parody that I did with Bisping and all that stuff.
Oh, I think I did. I'm sure I did.
Bisping is played Turkish, and Amy played Brick Chop. The bad guy with the old guy with the glasses,
yeah.
The white hair. Well, guess who was one of the heavies of Brick Chop's goon? A young Daniel Rodriguez, a young Diaz, when nobody was putting him in groundbreaking television program like that. I gave him his starch. And after that, stuff started to open up for him.
Here's how he repays you.
And this is how he paid me. Don't worry. He's going to get his just desserts. And when he come on, whenever he does his schedule for, we're not going to check it on that one for him.
Well, Joe D saying, sorry, Karyn, love the show with or without guests. Thank you. Well, I mean, I appreciate that. We still have plenty to get to is the whole thing. There's lots to talk about from this weekend anyway. And we have Chidi's choice for this coming weekend. And we got a lot to catch up on. One thing I do want to show you, Renato, is, obviously the show in Paris, I know it was 2 weeks ago, but it was phenomenal. And the cool thing was this time our desk was, I just realized I'm talking loudly. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're not talking. I didn't.
Okay, sorry. So, but our usually the ESPN, our desk is like up on like the loge level, or up higher up in an arena, and you're kind of looking
Oh, you
down on the
love it
fights.
in ESPN. Oh, kind of. You gotta throw that in. Usually, I want ESPN, but kind of the channel and the ESPN Plus. But anyway, go ahead.
At any rate, when I'm at work at my job, I usually we have a great view, but it's usually like sort of down onto the octagon. But it's always great. But you're kind of far away. At any
Hopefully
rate, this
pointing toward the octagon.
yeah, but anyway, this time we were set up on the floor level. So we were just right on the floor level from the octagon. So it was fantastic. So all of the energy, all of the energy of the arena, we just really, really felt it. And so what I wanted to share with you guys is I shot this video right after Cyril won, and this should give you a sense of like what my view was like for the show. And let me just say that was one of the most incredible arena experiences I've ever had. Like it felt like we were at, a soccer, match in some big arena, like stadium. Like the people were so hyped. They were there. And the first fight was a chick fight. And that place was 3/4 full. Like mad respect for the people of France for showing up. It shows how hungry they were for this, because they effing showed up. Yeah, man. And all the French fighters won. Awesome.
Yeah. But Karyn Bryant, that was kind of what we thought, because they were so starved because they didn't have MMA. And even though they had a couple sprinkles of some little shows, you get the UFC. It's like they had like an ABA game or whatever, but you bring in the NBA. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not the same. Right. Where it's like Canadian League football. It's like, well, the NFL.
It's right. It's like it's light. It's diet soda. It's light beer.
You're happy to have anything, but your dream is to have the chop of the chop, the creme de
la exactly. And so, like I said, all the French fighters won, and French-based fighters won, and then Cyril and Ty had that incredible main event, which was so dramatic and so amazing.
It was. I had a fucking blast with that card. I had a blast with that one. I was so happy. Every time they do these places in a new market, or one that is kind of underserved or whatever, I love, even if it's just the British people or whatever. I don't have really a dog. I'm not British or I'm not French, but I sit there and I smile for them. I get happy for them, almost like. You ever see that documentary about the USA team beating the Russians in 1980?
Of course, Miracle on Ice, of course. Well, the real thing. Yeah, but yeah.
Also the fucking movie, whatever.
Of course.
But they said that the Russian team was just after watching these Americans going crazy and just exploding and hugging each other and going. They said the Russian team almost had a smiles on their faces looking at those guys, because they was like. They lost the joy of it. They won so much that to them, they had lost whatever that feeling is. And they was almost like fascinated, like, oh, God, look at these guys. And it's
this
like that. It's like, like, God damn it, porra.
It's so pure.
You just feel like, you deserve this one.
Right, exactly. So it literally is one of my favorite nights at work. I've said that the other one of my other favorites was that first one back in London, when Tom won the fight, and whenever, like that one was amazing.
The first ball.
Yeah. So, but this was one of my favorite nights at work. And, Cyril, by the way, we just found out, he was, he did break his hand. He told us, at the desk, he said.
It wasn't just like a hairline fracture. That was like, it's obliterated.
It's bad. So
what hound did he say it happened in?
I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
Because that would be interesting to know.
I don't remember, but that's the first time he had ever been knocked down. At any rate, so, that was close.
When that happened, I was like, oh my fuck. But you know what? That was a blessing in disguise, because it's good for, if you can make it through that, it's good for a guy like him who doesn't get touched to know that, you know what, just like that Kelvin Gastelum fight for Izzy.
Right.
Everybody thought, just wait till Izzy get hit. He's a pussy. He's just pretty. He hunts a hound. Then you see, no, unfortunately for the haters, this guy is also a fucking dog, also has a chin. the whole schmear.
He's the full package, right? So Cyril, I guess, is going to be out.
I didn't say nothing about his fucking package. That's for YouTube content.
He's easy on the eyes. He will be out until next year, he said, though, because the hand has to heal up, you know. So, and then he was saying, you know, he'll need to, you know, he's like, meanwhile, obviously, there's always these other little things that, you know, heal up all the way. So I'll see you in 2023, which makes sense. Okay, so let me show you guys, though. This was like my view of right after he won. And it was pretty awesome.
Pretty.
Yeah. Like, it was so awesome. Then they started chanting and everything. You could hear it. I mean, it was like awesome.
It looked like Freddie Mercury is about to come out and go like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It, you know?
Oh, it was so.
It was
awesome.
so grateful. That was great. It was the best version of what we thought could happen.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing.
And
that's the thing, because I was hanging out with some of the guys from with like Mick and stuff after, you know, having some drinks with him and some of the guys from like Australia.
Huh?
No, not Mick Jagger. Mick Maynard. Mick Maynard.
Wait, who's the Mick Maynard?
The matchmaker, Mick.
God, maybe I don't know.
You know, Mick. It's Mick and Joe. I mean, not Joe. Isn't that funny? I went all the way back to Joe Silva, Sean, Mick and Sean. Yeah, no, it's Mick and Sean.
So there's a whole new guys there now.
Of course, Mick's been there for years. He's awesome. Oh yeah.
To be honest, I'm not even being disrespectful. I just didn't even.
Oh, he's awesome. No, so I was having some drinks with him.
He's always the one in my mind. That's the one who does it there.
Yeah, no, I was having some drinks with him and his crew and stuff. And what was the point? And so I was saying to them, hey, you know, the thing that sucks about it is, you know, your guy lost, but this was the ideal, like, is the ideal way to lose because he's the first one to knock him down. And like Ty looked like such a badass, and like, who doesn't love that guy? And you know what I mean? Like, so his stock went up anyway.
It was the part for me because I like both of those guys.
Yeah,
it was the best of both worlds because the guy that I think makes the most sense winning, like for the division and stuff like that, won. So all his height with that, plus the fan favorite, sweet, fun, crazy, fucking cartoon character got you kind of have like, even though he probably didn't felt like it then, but that was kind of like the night of his life for her. I mean, like it just, the legend continues, you know? Well,
apparently at 4 a.m, Ty, Whitaker and Cyril were all drinking together at the hotel. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And it's exactly what it's if I could have scripted the shit, because I didn't want to see Cyril just wipe this guy out. The fact that it had that drama and he was like, oh shit, what, you know? I mean,
oh, it was so good.
That was just something to watch. That was something to fucking watch.
It was so great. It was so great.
But so yeah, I'm blanking on, because now these cards are mixing together.
Yeah. We're gonna get into this week's card.
But I know that I had a bunch of ones.
Whitaker. It was Whitaker Vittori, and so
that bumped me out, to be honest. I mean, a lot of people. Look, I like Whitaker as a fighter very much, and he seemed like a great guy. I just don't know the man. So
he's really cool, though. He's a great guy.
I don't even doubt it, and I'm a fan, you know?
Yeah. But we love us some Marvin Vittori, so yeah, my heart was broken for him.
Who is a person that I know?
You're hiccuping again. Hold on. Time out. You froze. You are frozen, unfortunately, for a second.
Well,
Uh, oh, are you there? You're still frozen. You're still frozen to me.
okay.
Oh, there you are.
Fine.
Oh, hi. There you are. There you are. But you're blurry a little. Uh, wait, wait. Hold on. You're
Do you
just. You're still.
another link?
Yeah. I'll send you a fresh link. Here we go.
Yeah, send me one. They
Here
are
you go.
trying to use the.
Here we go.
Let me out of here.
Okay. All right. I just sent
Can you
you one, and I will dump you out of here for a second. Okay. Okay. Bye now. So anyway, yeah, folks, we will wrap that up and get into all the stuff that happened at UFC 279 next. But let me just wrap it up by saying that, yeah, I had an incredible time in Paris, and all of the fans were just so great, and all the fighters were so cool, and you could tell everybody really understood how awesome that experience was. And Alan and Anthony and I at work, like, we were loving it. It definitely felt different and great to be there for the first one. It really does always feel like something special. So I will be back at work this weekend, though, out at the Apex for Sandhagen versus Song, and we will get to Chidi's choice on that. Like I said, Chidi is coming in hot on these with a win streak for sure. So lately, so he's really doing very, very, very well. Yeah, I know. Oh, it's just you. It's just you and me. Life and logic. Oh yeah, just you and me. Okay, so listen. What was I going to say? Oh, Jake, do I feel bad for Tony? And does he it? So I love Tony. I'm a diehard Tony fan. Always will be. So yeah, I think he deserves another fight. I mean, it's like, BJ Penn had a lot of losses in a row, which kept him around because he was entertaining, and because, well, BJ is BJ. I know it's a legend. And I don't know. Some people, I don't know. Not. I know Tony is not necessarily everybody's cup of tea, but I really like him. So I would, I don't like to see people losing. And if I feel like their health is at a risk, I don't want to keep them going. I'm not a doctor. I'm not the one doing the assessment of him. So I don't know. Did he take too much? I know his leg was bleeding pretty bad in this one, and he did get cut over the eye, but I don't know. I don't know how badly he was hurt overall. Was he really hurt in this one? I'm not sure. I just I'm a fan. I'm a fan, always will be. And I am still a fan of Renato, regardless of his cricket.
Oh, that's sweet of you. Am I here?
Yes, you are here. And by the way, what's Dr. Drengus?
Oh, this is Dr. Steve Brule. It's a character that John C. Harley is playing, and it's from a Chim and Eric, but it's their version of the Chronic. So instead of Dr. Dre, it's Dr. Drengus, Karyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So hey, I was just talking about Tony Ferguson, which leads us into this fight. So okay.
Let me finish the heel quick.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Just wanted to finish the thought. It's one of those things where, as much as I like Whitaker, I would feel like a piece of shit, scumbag, terrible friend if I hooted for a person I've never met against a person that I know in real life.
I know.
That for me,
I love me some Marvin.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to live with myself. It'd be different if I knew Whitaker. So it's one of those things. It's like, no matter how much you like Whitaker, you can't be like, yeah, I hope he knock out Marvinho.
No, my boy. And he had so many Italian guys there, and they had flags, and they were chanting, and like I felt so bad.
I mean, it hurt my heart a little bit. I mean, I wanted more of a slobber knocker, at least, if he was gonna look that. But the bottom line is, Whitaker was very sharp. He was very fucking sharp. And you forget that because Izzy is so fucking good.
Totally.
It makes you forget how good Whitaker is, because you go, maybe he's not that good. And then anybody else he fight, he just demolishes.
Yeah, he just Right. Like,
Yeah,
oh
he's that good.
damn.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Marvin, my heart was breaking for Marvin.
Yeah, and speaking, okay, so now segue into what you was trying to just talk about.
Tony fan for life here. So I will accept no trash talk about Mr. Ferguson.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I used to train with Ferguson.
Yeah.
So oh boy, that did not go down easy for her.
Okay, right. So let's get to some of the footage. Okay, so we have here we go. So we have Diaz versus Ferguson here. So
this was a very strange fight for my money.
It was a strange fight, and Nate I love the Diaz so much.
Yeah.
I love, he just like every now and then would just like take a break, and Tony would be like, all right, I guess we're taking a break. And I didn't quite understand why Tony didn't just press him at the time. Like he shouldn't have given him the break.
It was out of his back. It was,
of course it was, but
Tony's not that kind of guy. He's just not. He wants to fight a guy. Like, you ever see those things
on the
of
right
a guy
terms,
like hitting another guy when he's about to shake hands, or the guy's back is turned and you hit him around there? That's not Ferguson wanna fight a fight,
right.
And at first I still don't know what happened, but I felt now I'm not sure, but I felt like maybe Diaz's leg was so fucked up he was about to throw in the towel.
I don't know about that, but it was definitely jacked.
That's what it looked like to me. When he was like, there was a thing where he was like, nah, and he was like shaking his head, and it looked like he was it looked like the vibe was like, I'm not doing this shit on one leg, like that kind of thing.
But you think he'd go out like that though?
No, clearly he didn't go out like that, but I'm just saying in the moment, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is he about to say I'm my leg is too fucked up? And I was in shock about that. But then he kept doing stuff like that. So I was so confused. I was like, is this just showmanship? What the fuck is happening? And then for some reason, he just turned the corner and stopped doing that and just started checking over the fight. So did anybody ever get a straight answer about what the fuck happened?
I don't know if it was rope-a-dope half the time, or I think it was legit him catching his breath a lot of the time. And Tony, like you said, is just like, all right, cool. I'll just hang out for a second.
I didn't even consider that because he's always in such good cardio shape.
But he looked to be catching his breath to me. Like, I thought he looked like he was taking a break.
Yeah, I still
I don't know. Do people think?
Well, what they think?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm saying, do people think? Well, people are saying two characters went at it. I mean, I do love that there are two OGs going at it, and it is crazy that they had never fought before.
Yeah, and I think also you could tell. So, admittedly, Diaz is the kind of guy. I think both of the Diaz brother is the kind of guys that need to kind of like, they're not playing a hound, and they're not like the GSP attitude where they're like, may the best man win here. You are another fellow martial artist. Like they have a thing where like, if we're gonna fight, fuck you. It's a fight. Like, it's on.
Dean saying it was rope-a-dope. Yeah, just trying to get him to come in. I thought it was rope-a-dope sometimes and catching it. Yeah,
that's at least a plausible. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but.
Nate Spawn Gorilla is saying that looked like Nate's leg was bothering him. It definitely was bothering him for sure.
This is another good theory that I had not considered myself, the rope-a-dope. But I think there was a funny dynamic going there that I never seen before, which is Nate he don't really particularly, at least during, before, and all that shit, during the fight and before for sure, like to not be buddy with the people he's fighting. Right. There's not a whole lot of, hey, like, oh, that was a good.
Right.
But you could see that I think he really likes Johnny and he respects Johnny.
I think so too.
And I think it was crossing the wires there because he was like Johnny was the kind of guy he like gave him a pound at one point. And then he was like, did it, and was like, no, but I don't do that. Fuck, like right. I'm breaking my own. You could see it was like, nah, stop doing that. But yeah, you okay? But fuck you.
But you're cool. I know.
You know what I mean? Like, it was an interesting thing to see, and it had a flavor of like a swan song in the UFC. Yeah. It seemed like two guys who Man, it almost felt like neither guy even wanted to knock out the other guy. Like for some reason, it didn't. I never seen Choni fight like that. It was a very strange fight for Choni. And the thing where he was turning his back, I've never seen him do that.
Yeah.
I seriously, I have no clue what that dynamic was. I don't know.
Well, Backflow Don is saying Tony's his favorite fighter, but he tapped too quickly.
No, when it's done, it's done. When it's done, it's done. There's no tough guy stuff with a blood choke. It's just it's either in or it's not.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think this was a mutual Hespexians. Hexpexicans. That's funny.
Yeah, and
you're right.
Tough guys and blood and guts.
They're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, blood and guts fighters. Leave it all out on the table. There's a goddamn fly in here. At some point, I might have to use Old Faithful. You know, the one that have like a shock.
Oh my God!
In the summertime.
No, I don't live in a favela, so I don't have a fly problem.
You know what? You know. Oh, unfucking-believable, Karyn. Well, you know, I have animals, and you gotta feed these fucking ones, and sometimes the food is sitting there. You know what I mean? And these fucking.
I know you're right. You're right. The dog food is attractive to. Yeah, you're right.
They take advantage. You give them an inch.
So I also think too, like you, I agree with you that Nate was. Yeah, it was kind of a funky fight, and that that he had a lot of respect for Tony, and that you could tell that they're the same, they're the same kind of fighter, they're the same kind of guy, like you said. They only want to fight real fighters. They only want to really challenge themselves while they're doing it too. They're not going to take the easy way out. You know, they're not going to anything like that.
Always in the fight to the bloody end, even if they
exactly
losing the whole fight, they're bloody, covered in blood, but they still like it would be like the what's it called? Monty Python, like where it's merely a flesh.
Yes,
like
yes, when he's got nothing cut off, and
they could be a head and still be like, "What's up, fool?" You know what I mean? Like,
what's up, fool?
Yeah,
and it's
so so like and you gotta. And this is why people love people like that.
Of
because
course.
it's the same reason why you love a singer. It's the same reason you love watching James Brown with his hair, like his process all fucked up, and he's sweating buckets, and he's bleeding for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's dying for you out there, you know?
I agreed. And right before he did it too, I was like, oh, blank, is Nate gonna flip us off? Like, I thought for sure. I was like, flip us off. Like, I thought for sure we were gonna get something. Like, I wanted it. It was like big. I know, but I was like, oh, he could give us something, and he almost got it. You know, he almost was able to do it like right on time.
Near naked shock. Maybe he could go like.
Yeah. But I did think I like what he said afterwards, where he was like, oh, you know, he wasn't as adversarial, you know, about the relationship. I just saw the flag go by. He wasn't as adversarial.
This is personal now. This is personal. And this is a Shaka.
Shaka Khan.
Yeah, Shaka.
That's what you need to name that thing, Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. And I don't feel for him. I feel differently about this one than I feel about Shaka Khan. This is not fly.
Okay, that's funny. I'm sorry. I'm
and you know what's funny? Okay, so you know how I have the lights. You know what's exacerbate the situation?
Yep.
So I have because my lights fuck up the reception, because I have when I'm not doing the podcast, it's a dream come true, because all the lights is on my thing, and I'm like, and I'm just controlling the whole system like a James Bond villain or something.
What, with one hand on her butt, you got one hand on the app, dimming the lights.
And I have the different colors. I have the spectrum. I have the ones that like you could do literally any color of the rainbow and mixtures of those ones. And
is it fiber optic?
Oh, it is just one. But now I have to turn off literally every fucking light in place when I do this, or else no dice with the reception. Okay, so now the fucking this one piece of shit is gravitating toward the light. You understand? So he's like, oh, this is where it's at or whatever. And I'm like, no, this ain't about you. His 15
Shaka
minutes,
Khan about to.
his 15 minutes of fame is about to be up. Well, let's see if you can hear the
Don't flies only live 15 minutes in like their whole entire life?
I got him. You heard that? I got that Negro.
Why is he a Negro?
It just slipped out. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I mean, African American.
Wow. Why?
now there's another
Wow.
Now there's another one. This mother.
Wow. Wow.
I got
Wow.
that one too.
Wow.
I'm looking with
Wow.
that. Listen. Listen.
I'm
sorry.
listening
He
to
was
your
African-
racist.
He was African American.
You
Listen,
couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
You know how some Chinese, like, you want to heat cast the heat boot with a blacks in there?
Like the Little Mermaid?
Exact. So now I'm heat casting the Fly, but he's African American instead of Vincent Price or Jeffrey Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblack.
Yeah, he's you know what I would love to see play the Fly, but he's passed away. Clarence Williams III.
Clarence
you know?
Williams.
People are like,
yeah, he's
I'm
dead,
doing
huh?
an experiment.
With his wonky
You know what I'm saying?
face. He's always kind of crazy. He
Yeah,
looked crazy
like,
even when he wasn't trying to be crazy.
Yeah.
He just had a naturally crazy face, resting crazy face.
Imagine him and just Gina Davis.
Gina was hot back then, man.
Oh,
Gina was so hot.
You know when she's the hottest for her?
Oh, okay. My mom said that the other Flies are coming to the funeral for you.
Well, at least, okay, so
To pay their respects. They got to pour a little out.
listen, at least it's not hoaches like in Jamaica. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Oh, God, you. I'll tell you what. There's nothing more embarrassing. For some reason, there's not much a hoax problem in like Los Angeles. In New York, even if you had a nice, even if you kept your place nice,
Everybody had roaches.
Found a way to make their way to the party.
Always.
And there's nothing like when you had a fucking girl over and a fucking hoax make an appearance, because I don't get scared from a hoax.
Yeah.
Man, not to be, it's far from me to be sexist ever, to be chauvinist.
Is it that far?
Maybe so. But God, the overreaction of a hoax for most women. I'm not gonna say every woman, but most women, even most men, for her to be honest. I've seen a hoax almost clear out an MMA gym. You know, all these guys
downtown.
Yeah,
the one.
Not downtown.
You know the one.
Eddie Bravo used to have a location. It was a Legends, but it was like in West.
Downtown.
I'm sorry, it wasn't in downtown. It was before
that one had big roaches.
It was the one that was like near.
You couldn't
Western,
put your gear back on.
It was past Western. It was like kind of in the gap. It was in the hood. It was a very like MS-13.
The ghetto.
Yeah, it was in the ghetto, but it was big though. It was big. I love that place, but since it was funky, I remember one Chinese, these fucking a hoax hand across the thing, and you never seen big. You never see. I'm gonna get that one. You never seen big fucking guys who get in there and kill people for a living, right. Hunting away from that, like, yee! You know what I mean, like an elephant in the cartoon. With
right.
And because I spent so much time in the favela and also New York, I was like, you bunch of fucking pussy. And I literally, you're probably gonna think this is fucking unthinkable. I just hitched down. It was it's one of those water bugs, that look like
they're huge
or whatever. And I just I grabbed that motherfucker and I just threw him out the window. And people was like, oh, how could you touch that? And I was like, meanwhile, you guys is like, you got blood and sweat and guts going into your eyes and your mouth and staph infection, worm and athlete's foot. And you're dealing with all kinds of...
And you're worried about this?
And you're worried about this fucking hoax. Give me a fucking break. And the hoax ain't going to put you in a heel hooks or going to suffocate you or waterboard you if they fucking disgusting. You don't do jiu-jitsu, no-gi jiu-jitsu. One of the worst things that can happen is you have a guy like Josh Barnett or someone of that physique on top of you, mounted you, and the hash guard is so filled with, it's maybe the fifth, sixth hole in the evening of the live hole.
Saturated.
It's saturated not only in his sweat, but of the sweat of every human being that he's been with tonight. And then it starts to go down into your mouth and you suffocating for air. And then I swear to God, it's like a waterboarding. It go like this. You understand? And then imagine the swatch and the all the whatever's in there. You know what I mean?
I don't want to imagine that.
The toothsome tidbits and the seasoning, and the Coinals 11 herb and spices, all that shit is go down your Gulliver. Not fun. You want to avoid that at all costs, but you know what? The flip side, you're gonna make you not end up in that position very much. You're gonna avoid that. At all
you
costs.
learn pretty quickly, probably.
But yeah, that's one of the that's a hair thing to happen. But when it happened, oh, that's very distaste, to say the least.
Just taste. Okay, so let's move on to the co-main event. Okay, so I am curious what you thought of.
I know what you're about to bring up. Ooh, baby.
Chimaev versus Holland. Chimaev now is the boogeyman bad guy of the UFC. He went from like hero sort of to some to like total a-hole bad guy now to some. Some people love Kevin Holland, some people don't. What do you think?
I mean, listen, he's a very good young up and coming fighter. You know, sometimes he's gonna make his bed. You know what I mean? And you know, I mean, he's brash, and I will give him this. Hey, winning.
Who? Which one?
Huh?
Who are you talking, Kevin or?
You said Kevin. I was just talking about Kevin Holland.
Oh, Kevin. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this for all the mouthiness and all that stuff, and you know, he hug people to hung. Oh God, you look at that.
It's like an orca playing with a baby seal.
It's just he's just one step. He's just one step ahead, you know, and he
look how strong he is.
Yeah, it's strength, God, but it's also he's and surfing. You know what it is? His body surfing. A lot of people, some of the scramble that Kevin Holland did,
yeah,
he would have on 99% of a lot of people, he would have just that would have been enough to get out, you know, like how he did the Ramby Hall and got out of it. He did the height stuffs,
right? But
this guy, the way his body he acted there had nothing to do with strength. Like when you watch this here.
Look at that.
But and then there's another moment where a couple of times too, Kevin did some good things to get out of that Darce position. Mm-hmm. But this guy, he's surfing, he's body surfing with the other person. He's not trying to fight against what you're doing. He's allowing you to do that, and he's just joining you. He's joining with the flow. Wherever you decide to go, he understands not to if he fought some of that stuff and tried to keep him here instead of not let him go, he would have lost those positions. Instead, he just go, oh, you want to go there? I'm just gonna go with you. And that is some of the best. That's the stuffs. It just come with a lot of experience with those positions, and then when you add strength on top of that knowledge, it's a very hard combination.
It's like he's perfectly built for it too. Like his frame, it's just like everything about it. The thing is, you know, when he first came on the scene, and I remember meeting him over on Fight Island, and he was great. And that was like, I think that was the Meerschaert one. And like, we were all like, holy crap, you know, he's winning fights without even taking a punch. And again, he didn't take a punch, you know, the other night. It's like his fourth fight without taking a punch, which is something crazy. Yeah. But he's so special. He really, truly is. Yeah. And I just think it's interesting now that he's like the bad guy, because
Not to me, he's not the bad guy.
But you know what I mean? Like now when you're in opposition to a Diaz, like when you like the choice had to be made, and like the way he kind of blew that whole thing, like that whole situation is I don't know. Some people are conspiracy theorists about it. Some people think, you know, who knows what, and that we were planning it all along because there was another catchweight fight and they knew Hamzat wasn't going to make it, and this is better anyway, and blah 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 blah. I don't know about people's conspiracy theories, whatever. But it's just
I'm agnostic about it. I'm agnostic because I can't say 100% that that's not a possibility. Likely, no, but I'm not gonna sit here and go, I know that's not. It probably didn't, you know, but fuck, stranger things in life have happened, you know. I could see a world in which that happened. Either way, to me, that saved the fucking card. I think that just made it all the better. For me, if that Kevin Holland thing didn't happen, the beef between them, and then them being able to settle it for heel time, you know, like not having to wait months later or a year later, the beef was still hot. That particular thing, fuck the main event, that was what made me plunk down the fucking the $2,000 or whatever it costed me to watch the fucking thing. Otherwise, I might not have. But that one, I was so fucking intrigued by that. I was like, I can't miss this. I cannot fucking miss this. I mean, of course, I wanted to see, you know, Ferguson and Nate, but that particular thing, because I was like, well, let's see, because there was a lot of shit being chalked and no one was backing down. I was like, okay, well, now we get to see. And it was funny because the way I look at it, Gilbert Burns is an excellent fucking fighter. But the fact that that fight was such a fucking slog and like it was not a easy, it was like his toughest fight. I think that had more to do with his approach than anything with the way Hamzat approached that. I think he wanted to strike and have like he wanted that not adversity, but he wanted to see, I'll just knock you out instead of doing hassling stuff. You know what I mean? And he put himself in harm's way in that fight, where I feel like he might have been able to do a similar game plan as what he did to Kevin Holland. You understand?
I do. Yeah, well,
maybe not, but that's kind of my thinking, is that he took a lot of unnecessary chances in that shit out of ego and like, I'm so good, I'm just gonna knock you out and not even do the shit. You say that all I can do is hassle. Well, I'm not gonna even have, you know.
I'll show you. I don't even need to use it. Right.
Machismo thing, and even under those circumstances, he was able to fucking win. You know what I mean? Like, but I think it was a very dangerous game he was playing. In this one, I think he was so pissed off by Kevin Holland. I think that he just went, okay, I'm going to show you how easily I'm going to dust this guy off. Like, I'm not going to even goof around with him. And it was just like, boom, boom, bap. And I think that was his plan from jump was, okay, let me show you what this is, what I can do if I feel like it.
Yeah, I think the plan was completely to murk him like he did.
Yeah.
And
no life, no chance, no nothing.
Yeah, like and it was fully expected. And the reason I feel that an argument against the conspiracy theory thing is it was very telling when at the weigh-ins, Joe, after they do the interview for the co-main, and Joe's like, Kevin, is this now a better fight for you? And Kevin goes, F no, but it's going to be fun. And I'm like, okay, that just means he got paid because he knows he's going to get murked. And the thing is if you've ever noticed, if you go back and you look at any press conference, basically any press conference, Kevin always uses the words like, I'm a company man, right? I'm a company man. And like, because he's had some other fights or short things or changes or blah, 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 blah. Or like when he fought back to back or whatever, I'm a company man.
He even
I'm a company man. Right. And so
like we get paid enough. I mean,
exactly. So I'm guessing he either got more money or another contract extension.
I can guarantee you he got more money.
He better have gotten more money, right? There was the rumor that Dana had said nobody got more money, which everybody's like, there's no way that's true.
There's no.
I mean, everybody's like, well, come on, then like nobody's doing their job if nobody got more money. Like people got to get more money in that situation. But you can tell that Kevin knew he accepted he just accepted that
that's a softball for the agent.
It's like he took a bullet for the team, took one for the team.
Because all they gotta do is go. Oh, especially Nate. He could just been like, no. You know what I mean?
Right. You got to do whatever Nate wants.
In that situation, he got you over a barrel. In fact, that was the best fucking. Oh my God! If I'm him, that's the best possible thing that could have happened.
Right.
You didn't have to face Khamzat, and then also on top of that, you got fucking paid. Like that song Friday, just got paid.
Yes, right? Exactly. Yeah. No, I think Nate comes away from this really, 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 really well.
Best and on a fucking win, no less, and got the fucking win money. So
exactly. But so here's the thing, Life and Logic thing, Russian wrestling is superior.
Hey, listen,
it is amazing.
I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue with you. I can't say that it's not. I mean,
exactly. So here's my question though. For me, I want to see Khamzat versus Colby next. Like I gotta see that.
Yes.
Gotta see that. Got to.
I can't agree more.
Yeah, that's
number one. That is number one. That's also true. I love true about this. It's a sadistic. It's a sick pleasure. Like it's like make them fight. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like this one and this one, fight for it. You know what I mean? Like Julius Caesar.
So who's the bad guy then? Because Colby likes to try to pretend he's the bad guy, but Khamzat now actually appears to kind of be a bad guy.
Well, listen,
I like it.
Funny enough, there's a large population that love Colby. So
of course.
To a lot of people, he's not the bad guy. So I mean, if the fight is
but he likes to play that role.
Yeah, I know he does, but he's still gonna play that. What he's gonna play is going to be Hulk Hogan versus the filthy, Mustafa, Iron Sheik or whatever. You know what I mean? Did I break up?
No.
Oh, you gave me a look like one of those looks like but you know what I'm saying? It's going to be.
I was just trying to picture the Iron Sheik. I know what the Iron Sheik looks like. I don't remember what Mustafa looks like.
It's going to be like USA, brother, and it's going to be like. And then the Allahu Akbar, and then it's gonna be boo USA. You know what I mean? And I think that's the dynamic. If it's in the States, easily that's what it is. So, of course, the home viewing audience is gonna be mixed. But if it's in Vegas, it's gonna be boo, and it's gonna be like USA.
Well, the Ender Band is saying that Colby's gonna be the heel. That he'll play the heel, but
he better be careful playing the heel. He better be very careful because it's very different to be disrespect to let's say Asians, Brazilians.
You don't want to mess with
you start fucking around with that Muslim stuff and you're gonna end up like Salman Husky. You know what I mean? So you gotta be very careful. You gotta pick your words very careful. You gotta leave the falafel jokes and stuff at home. But I think that it really depends. Look, if it's in Dubai, it's gonna be a partisan. It's gonna be a pro fucking Khamzat crowd. If it's in fucking USA, it's gonna be it's gonna be Colby chatter.
Yeah, I don't want to be like stereotypical and say that like you can't say anything bad about a Muslim and not get killed for it. I'm just trying, but I agree with you that there are certain people you don't want to mess with, and that I would not be picking fights with Khamzat and his friends, his friend base and stuff like that. Like, I'm not trying to pick a fight with those guys.
Listen, the facts is the fact, porra. And I'm not even talking about friends of Khamzat. I'm talking about people. They just don't play around with that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right.
Anybody associated with Khamzat. I'm just talking about the community at large. You know what I mean?
Right,
You
right.
gotta be a little more careful.
For sure.
But in and what's funny to me, look, I know it was shitty that he missed weight. I don't want to that. I don't think he probably should even fight at. It sounds like he's too hard.
He's got to just be an 85.
So I don't think he should fight at fucking 170. Fair enough. The funny thing is though, because he did this, a lot of better shit ended up happening that night anyway. So I think it was everybody was kind of about the way it ended up going, the way they finagled that one. So to me, I wasn't mad at him anymore, especially when there was, when I thought that it was going to get canceled because of that, I was like, fuck him for a second there. But then when everything worked out, I was like, fuck it. I don't care anymore, But I did love him leaning into the heel shit because there's something funny about saying like, how he was like, what are you going to say now? Blah, blah, blah. And then to cap it off with, you're for Allahu Akbar, and it's kind of just like, to sprinkle, knowing that crowd probably don't gonna love the Allahu Akbar shit, and just being like, and let me sprinkle that one in there, just as like the finishing garnish, you know what I mean? And it made me laugh out loud because that he's, what he is? He's a Haskell, he fucking Darren Chill.
You can see the playfulness. It's very, very playful. He is a rascal is a perfect way to describe him.
They are little Haskell, and they're the type like putting like lighting a firecrackers under your chair or whatever.
Darren is back there giggling like at the
Yeah. And so something about it, even though it was steaming up the crowd and fuck you, it was making me laugh. I was getting off on it, and I don't know why. I like it.
Dude, I literally laughed out loud to the point where Mikey was like, what are you laughing at? Like watching him at the way when he's like, what you gotta do? What you gotta do? I've already F him backstage. I F everybody. I lost it. He goes, I already F'd him backstage. I lost my, I freaking fell out I friggin' cracked up. And so then I 100% agree with you. I was howling laughing at him. The one thing I would say is if I were his management, I would just ask him to replace the word kill with, be like, I know, but I know it's a thing, and I know he doesn't mean it, but like it's a bad look for MMA in general to have like this guy, this screaming who people won't know the context, and they'll be like, look at this screaming maniac saying he's gonna kill everybody. Like it's a bad look. But all he has to do is if he just said change kill to like destroy or like smash, because smash is his trademark anyway. Like why are you not saying that anymore?
It's gonna happen, and it's like this. I'll give you the analogy here.
So funny though.
Years ago, I did an event. I was hired to do an event at like an expo, BJJ expo. I think it was in Long Beach or San Diego, something like that. And I was at the thing, and the people who hired me was like, one thing, can we just have you not say the word caralho or porra? Some of the people who speak Portuguese is kind of, and there's children at home.
So you said it more.
I told them, I said, yeah, and while we at it, let's have the Smurfs not say the word Smurf. Let's not have them say that something is Smurfy or Smurf Bear. Let's take out the word Smurf out of the Smurfs book.
And see how much dialogue you have left.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, good luck, Porra.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Go with God. Yeah. So at any rate, I can't dislike Khamzat. Sorry. Like I find because also I just know for me, for at work, he's a tree of life in terms of storylines and like all kinds of stuff that we're going to be able to talk about for years. And like you said, then there's the one branch of the Darren Till storylines, and then there's the other branch of the Swedish things, and then there's the other branch of like he's got it's a fertile ground.
It gets you going and stuff like that. Now, having said that,
it's fun.
If someone said they hate his guts, I'm not gonna go, you're crazy. How could you? He's also hateable. I understand. If someone was, I wouldn't say you harm.
Oh, I get it.
People who hate him, they hide about that. I just put for whatever he is, and I just don't hate it, you know. But
I find it
get
hilarious.
people hate it if they just fucking hate his guts, which also makes it funny to me. But the part that I have a problem with, when this stuff starts getting serious,
Yeah.
I know particular people, like for instance, Jackie Shields.
Oh yeah.
We've done a lot of stuff together. Whenever I see this guy, we laugh.
Forever. Mm-hmm.
We get along. Okay.
Me too.
And
Me too.
I genuinely like the guy. So to see that he hates this fucking guy, you know, and would love to kick his ass and all that kind of stuff, I feel kind of bad for liking the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Me
I'm
too.
Like, am I supposed to be like, am I supposed to now hate the caralho?
That's what I
like,
said.
I don't want to be in the middle of the fucking beef, you know?
That's what I said.
God forbid I was thinking about these situations where, like, fuck, what if I was one day with like a high haulers or whatever, and Jackie, and then Hamza and Jill show up, and then I go, hey guys, do we need to fight? and then they both gonna hate you, like, hey, whose side are you on for? You know, I don't fucking know.
I literally said that before. Like, I hated the fact that we now then had to choose sides between Diaz and Hamza, because in their own atmospheres, they're both awesome and like in different ways. You know what I mean?
I get them hating each other. If I was
For
one
sure,
of them, I would hate these fucking guys, and I would be
of
competing.
course.
But I'm not competing over the same dog bone or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know.
Right.
But I get these guys. You know what's another one? Like, I was thinking of this the other day because they were saying how much Poirier and Chandler hate each other.
Yeah.
And I've been around both of those guys, and they're both very likable guys, you know, and they're just very cool, and very nice to me. And the fact that they hate each other's guts, I was like, oh, how could they? And then I thought to myself, yeah, because they're the other dog on the other side of the fence going,
exactly.
You know, like, of course.
But we're not in the fight.
Yeah, and the thing is like, one day when all this shit is over, it's gonna be like Ali, Frazier, and they're gonna be, you know, goofing around like Shaq and whoever the fuck else, you know, with all that, you know, Shaq and Barkley fought each other and, you know, tried to kill each other, you know.
Yes.
Now they like brothers, you know what I mean? It's like when you get older and you're not when you hitchhike, it's like, you know, like they was in a war together or whatever, you know.
It's true.
You can drop that shit, you know.
No, you're 100% right. I just want to get to Jay Curiel had a question about Irani Aldana's liver upkick. We're going to get to D-Rod and Jing Liang too, but yeah, let's talk about this because I know they've been asking about this. So yeah, what was your thoughts on this one?
Very surprised by that. Well, scratch that. I was shocked, like, when it happened in the moment. I get, though, I think to someone that's never got hit in the liver, it might look like that Shazan is like the biggest pussy anybody's ever seen fighting. Right. But if you've ever even gotten tapped by a light shot in the fucking liver, you know how awful that shit is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? So when that happened, I was like, I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. And then I was thinking, why haven't I seen that happen? This should be caralho. This is like, why haven't we seen it? It made me trip out that this would be the first time in all the fights I've watched, I've never seen that happen. And I've probably seen 10 million fucking fights. You know what I mean? Between all those UFC and all the you know, local shows and amateur fights and all the shit I've seen, never seen that happen.
Well, in fact, Irani Aldana earns the third upkick knockout in UFC history. So just the third.
Because of a body shot.
Right, but well, it's the third upkick knockout. Right, exactly. But the liver part, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but she joins.
The other ones have been to a face.
Right, that John Fitch and Nico Price. But it says it's the first of these three to target the body.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Never, you know, and it's funny, you know. Now watch, just like the calf kick, or just like spinning elbows or up elbows and stuff. Watch this kind of shit be something people is trying to target now, you know?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? It was so effective.
Someone, you know, one person to you go, yeah, why? Or the front kick, for Christ's sake.
Well, the up elbow, the right Yair Rodriguez up elbow. Now everybody kind of sneaks in and throws that up elbow.
be fair, I think I mean John Jones was the first guy I saw really implementing that in MMA.
Spinning elbows.
But also doing this shit.
Yeah.
Just coming
Sure,
in.
sure. So a lead elbow, yeah.
And the kind of elbow that Molly Meachball is connected.
Yeah, now everybody's trying that. Right.
They should be,
It's great. Yeah, no, it's great.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people didn't used to check advantage. In the early days of the UFC, it used to be a lot easier not to get hit with shit in those clinches up against the fence. Now you got to be a lot more cognizant of people's elbows and spinning shit and shit. Like, you're not safe at all in those clinches. Now people, you could see, they're like, oh, when I'm gonna disengage here, don't get fucking. But until people started healing, and I used to think to myself, like, how come they're not going for more elbow there and all that? And then I think it was, for all the shit he get involved in, João Jones did a lot of stuff that I used to be like, why people don't do this? And then he does it, and I go, finally somebody's fucking doing this, like being creative there. Why not there? And to his credit, fucking Kevin Holland, what he did to Jacare from the guard, when he knocked him out from the guard, you remember that? That was unheard of.
Yeah, no, I know.
But you think to yourself, people should be trying to do that more often,
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, so I know he kind of shined on us tonight. We were supposed to get a little bit of D-Rod.
Who does he think he is? Frankie Valli or some kind of big shot?
Kind of big shot. A lot of people were torn on this fight, though. It would have been nice to catch up with D-Rod and get his thoughts on it. Maybe we'll get it another time. But it was a close fight. I mean, look at it wasn't like some barn burner, but look at, they made a good fight out of it. It was competitive. Like, what do people? I mean, sometimes it's like people get so bitchy about,
because people thought that Jingling
I don't know. I thought it was a close fight. I wasn't mad at the decision, but I
thought it was a close fight. I was rooting for Rodriguez, so I was making a case for him in my mind. So I had where I was like, I think the judge is going to go either way on this one, but I think I wouldn't be shocked at either choice. But I saw a world in which you could give Rodriguez the fight, but then I saw some stats that was contrary to that, where it was looking like he shouldn't have had it by some of these CompuBox type of things and stuff. But for my money, I'm not shocked at all. Maybe if I'm a Leach fan and I know him, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But to me, I thought it was a toss-up. I even if it was a draw, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Was it a split decision or was it a?
I want to say it was.
I feel like, because that's the kind of fight that, like, as it's going, you're like, well, this is going to be a split decision. Like, you can just tell that the judges are not going to be because it was so close, and like you said, the CompuBox type thing did show, D-Rod winning it by the numbers.
Yeah, and D-Rod, sometimes people give that whole octagon control kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, this criteria, you never know what exactly the people is putting the most fucking value on,
Yeah, right.
And I feel like it all depends on how you see a couple little things in there, because it was a very close fight, no matter how you slice that one. There's no way it was like 100 way for a fucking Leach, you know what I mean? Whether or not you think he won, he didn't. It was no blowout, so
exactly.
When it gets to that, like we always say, are you surprised? The judges? I mean,
yeah,
where it would have been 30-27 for the Leach, 30-27 for
Rodriguez,
and then one guy got a 29-28. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who the fuck knows at this point?
Who knows? I couldn't get crazy about that. Okay, so lastly,
I was happy I felt bad for the Leach, but I was happy for D-Rod because I've seen this guy and I was going to talk about this. And also, by the way, because he was so out of the kindness of my heart, because he's such a big Lakers fan, and that's part of his growing up and his culture, I tried to, I went into my Hick Fox bag and I grew out some stubble, and I let the curls a little juicier,
Fox.
you know, and I
He's
let a
cute.
little salt and pepper like that, so he can feel like he's with amongst one of the legend.
Rick Fox was cute. Yeah,
But
he
you
was
know who's
cute.
gonna benefit from that? The female audience
I know.
and some of the male who is
Are
meant,
you
who is
for sure? Don't discount. Are you going to see? Does Doctor Strangelove? Does she get a call back?
why this one is Dr. Strangelove? Oh, Strange. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna call her Peter Sellers. Oh yeah, she's gonna
Never
get
mind.
a
Never
callback.
mind.
She's gonna get
I almost said something really nasty. Huh?
She's gonna get another callback.
Okay. Okay. Well, perhaps saving his jobs, perhaps not. Johnny Walker picked up the win he desperately needed.
Ooh.
I feel bad. We did. He did. I'm not wrong. He needed a win. So did Ewan. Ewan's on it.
I said, oh boy. I was trying to say, oh boy, did he need a fucking win.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To be honest, I'm a Johnny Walker fan, and I respect
I like Kudalaba.
I respect Coochie.
Coochie.
However, I'm a way bigger fan of Johnny Walker, because the potential is sky's the fucking limit. It's not his talent and his fighting. It's him getting his own way mentally, I think, sometimes. He can be such a fucking exciting fighter. When he first came on the scene, he was like my favorite new fighter. You know what I mean? I really like this kid, you know. I think the talent is there. It's a mystery whether he's gonna put it together. So when he had such a slide, I was depressed for the guy. You know what I'm saying? So I really wanted him to win, but to be honest, my heart was like, I think Coochie Laba gonna put the hoochie coochie. What was her name that we used to say that one? Charo. So
yeah,
he was gonna put Charo on that one. I could just see him just ending up fucking him up, just hassling, just beating the shit out of him, and I was very surprised that that's not what ended up happening. And I was very happy for Johnny Walker. You know, maybe there's hope for him yet.
Well, I like Kudalaba. I don't have anything against Johnny Walker, but yeah, I don't have any. I didn't really have a dog in the fight, though. I didn't really have a dog in the fight, but I just find Kudalaba entertaining, like always, because it's either KO or get KO'd, or like, you know what I mean. It's always something wild.
He's a tough customer, you know what I mean. And it's when he go in there, he's always got a chip on his shoulder. He's like a WWF character, you know, like, oh god, you know what I mean. Oh
yeah. Max Payne Griff want to get back up. Hey, look, like I could send him a link right now if you're
Max Payne Griff. Look at that. Not even a fake account.
Max, if it's really you, Max Payne Griff, let me know. I could send you a link. All right, I'll send you a link on the old gram. How about that?
Oh god, what?
And
what a pleasant surprise.
Well, it is a pleasant surprise. And what was I going to say?
He's 170, yeah.
Yeah.
That comes out ain't making that weight no more.
Dude, right? Dude, not for nothing. But
knowing Payne Griff, I would never think that he would be afraid of Kamzat.
He'll invite that smoke. He'll take that smoke. He'll take that smoke.
But having said that, better. Why have the smoke if you could have the edible?
I know. All right. Well, listen, Max Payne Griff, thank you. I just sent you a link. If you have the time, you can hop on.
Wait a second.
But now he's all like, I don't know, maybe. But anyway, yeah. If you want to join us, you're more than welcome. But
no pressure. Hey, Max Payne Griff, no pressure. If you just want to kick back and watch or whatever, but
totally,
you're more than welcome.
Exactly. And if not, we could get, I was thinking actually anyway, next week, with it being episode 52 and being basically 52 will be the end of season 1. So I figured at episode 53, we're going to start season 2. So I figured next weekend.
Finale?
Yeah. So I was going to say, we might want to have a few guests anyway. So I was going to actually reach out to like Max Payne Griff. I don't know if our buddy Lionheart, he's so busy all the time now, but like, see if we could get a couple people to stop by.
How about some of the female fighter, the host of female fighters that was infatuated with you, Uncle Hanach? Host Nama Yunus, Kahari Hari, goes on.
Tracy, I know. People should go back and look.
She was aching. She was
she?
the pain.
At any rate, folks, we do have a lot of excellent episodes.
I have bought up when you could have parquet.
Parquet. Dude, we don't do the out. I look at him. We don't do the after party anymore, Max. It's been a minute. It's just all one big show. So we'll be here.
He's been watching lately.
I know. We'll be here probably for at least another hour if he's hitting Pat. Listen, dude, not for nothing. He said he's hitting Pat. Honestly, if you can make it, cool. If not, we'll get you on next week. Don't stress. Don't stress.
So listen, what the fuck I was saying? Oh, yeah, you remember those commercials? Go parquet butter,
parquet butter, parquet, and the little lid's like parquet.
That's the simplest, cheapest fucking gag to have a fucking lid go like this, and I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. And they made me put a life and a whole character onto this fucking tub of fucking margarine. Unfucking believable.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so listen. I was thinking we should look at just in summation,
Can I just tell you one quick thing?
Yeah, of course.
If I'm dating like a younger lady or whatever, it's so sad when I am dating a younger lady, one of my ladies' friend, and I bring up something off the cuff as if like I go, oh, it's like, it's like I'm in parquet and it's just like, and it's so sad. It's like, oh God. And that's one of the things. It's like I never have to worry about that. If I say so, I know for fucking fact that you're gonna know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But it's one of those.
You're calling me old, Renato.
Well, how about age to perfection or whatever? How about?
Yeah, we're contemporaries to a degree. I'm much younger. I'm sure.
You're much young. But I'm much.
Hey, look who's here. Max Paint Grill.
Oh,
what up?
How y'all doing?
Breath checking.
Good. How are you?
What?
This way, that way.
Be still. My
We're at the gym,
Who's we? Who the fuck are you with?
Right there.
You cheating on us. Who is that there?
My Mr. Mint holder extraordinaire. We got some
Nice.
heads to bust. Actually, one head to bust. But it's respect,
Wait, look at that shirt. What is
Did
that?
you sign on? Wait, what shirt is that? Yeah.
What is that shirt?
I'll send you one.
I like what the fuck this is. Wait, let me see that.
I can't move the camera.
I need one of that immediately, for her.
I got
That's
you.
cool.
I like that.
I got you.
Whatever style of art it is, I like.
I got you.
Nice. Hey, so did you sign about, or do you have one that you just can't announce yet?
I'm fighting Tim Means on
Oh shit!
October 29th.
No. He's a friend of the show too, Max. Don't break our hearts.
Hey, listen.
I like Tim Means though.
Hey, listen. When it come down to it, how many times Tim Means been on? You can't go against Griff. I'm sorry.
It's a great matchup, though. Dang.
It's a great one, and it's a war. It's a war of attrition.
Yeah, he's with it, so I like it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you would like him too. You would like the guy.
He's a good dude.
I met him.
Oh, you did?
He was actually the first person that I met in the UFC that gave me some advice when I fought Colby. I went to the Red Rock Casino or Hard Rock. Red Rock.
Yeah.
I went to the hot tub and Tim Means was in there. It's like, oh, what's up, Tim Means?
Oh, good job.
And he gave me some advice. He goes, yo, these people that want your autograph, ask them for their name. Because a lot of people out here trying to just sell your shit.
Oh, of course.
So he's like, just ask them their name and then but do it every time. See what they say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And ever since then, he gave me some good advice. You see them little snipers outside and trying to have you sign 50 gloves,
What I hate the worst is it makes me want to smack the shit out of somebody. When somebody puts the kid to do their dirty work and the kid goes, Mr. or Uncle Hinach, I love you. Can you give me an autograph here? And I go, oh, little slugger. And I toss out the hair. And I go, who you want me to make this outro? He goes, that's okay. You can just your name. It's more meaningful that way. And you see the guy, you see fucking, what's the guy in Pinocchio, that scumbag piece of shit?
Or it's Slugworth from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's
whispering in there. He want the everlasting gobstop. I'll give you an everlasting gobstop.
Yeah, then you see your stuff on eBay. You know, I'm like, hold on. I remember signing this.
I have seen a lot of that shit too, and it's very upsetting. And especially when you use a kid. I can understand trying to swindle me with yourself. Whatever, you tried. But don't put the fucking kid. Don't put the kid. Fucking
yeah.
Hey, so listen, Max Payne Griff, we were talking about your division. We were thinking we want to see Kamzat versus Colby. What do you think should be next? You want a piece of that?
I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's good.
Let me ask you, who were you hooting for in between him and Holland?
Kevin Holland for sure.
Okay.
I thought he was crazy enough to be able to fuck with him, you know, bust him up on the ground. I thought he could, like how he did Jacare, you know. I thought that he'd be able to survive a little bit longer than that. And
I mean, you have to admit, it was pretty fucking impressive, my brother.
It was very impressive. It was very impressive.
Because you know,
it was very impressive.
You know the level. Look, as much shit as Kevin Holland chalk and the bullshit, you
he's
know
good.
That motherfucker can fight. No matter
for sure.
So there's no question about that. And to see, and you know he's very skilled. It's not just he's a gamer. He's very skilled on the ground.
No, I was surprised. I put a couple bets, you know, but I was surprised it went down like that. I'm surprised he tried to touch, personally. I saw the little incident of him trying to touch her and do ducked under. Don't touch, but
funny? You know
he just tried to.
I didn't notice that in heel chime until people started talking about it. I didn't even perceive it as that. I just thought he was just coming
got in on him. He just fucking.
I felt like he was just like, this is what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he was very impressive. But you know, to me, the missweight shit, I just don't like his attitude, you know. But it's what it is.
I get it. When I heard what happened, if indeed this is true, and God, we don't know the fuck happened in the behind the scenes if we wasn't there. But if what was happening, I heard his trainer talking to Hawani or whatever was saying that he was having like muscle spasms and he was passing out.
He wasn't even dry though. He wasn't even dry. He was happy.
Hey, listen.
We've all been there. He was not dry.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I was saying if what they said was true, I can see why someone would go, well, fuck this. I can't. I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm not gonna.
He wasn't even dry.
Hey, what's your take on Nate and Tony? What were you expecting? Was it like you thought it was gonna be?
No.
Yeah, I thought Nate would win by decision, but I'm glad he got the win. I'm glad it went in his favor. But now, I'll tap back in. I gotta hit these packs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we boring?
He's still working out.
Yeah.
Now your bad guy is there, and we just.
Yeah, I'll see when you guys are on, and I'll try to tap back in. If not,
you jump on next week for the 1 year anniversary.
Daniel Rodriguez or some kind of big shot.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right, cool, Max. It's good to see you.
I'll send you a shirt too.
Hey.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna
make it small.
Give you my address because I don't want you coming to stalk me.
Renato wants it small.
To start.
Okay.
So he
got you.
Big.
DM the addresses.
Okay.
Cool. All right, cool.
Great seeing you, my brother.
Bye. Oh, Max Payne
nice.
Griff. That was nice.
That tug at the heartstrings, boy.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, boy, all it remind me of how, boy, that D-Hard, I'll tell you what, who does he think he is, you know? It's gonna, when I see him, I'm gonna go, it's gonna cost you a lot, D-Hard. It's gonna cost you a lot, you know? When he's like, what did he say? She goes, who do you think you are? Some kind of fucking big shot, like Frankie Valley.
Frankie Valley, who do you think you are? You stand me up?
Yeah. Yeah, stand me up. You look bored. You look like you wanted to go. I didn't know. Yeah. It's going to cost you, Hill. It's going to cost you a lot.
It's going to cost you a lot.
It's going to cost you. You know what's funny is like, she's not like a pinup model, you know,
No.
but there's something very sexy about
Of
that.
course.
Especially when she's flirting with him there, you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
Brock.
Because she stands up to him. She's tough.
She's got there's something about her that she's not classically like just, but she's cute.
You look like you were bored. We were having appetizers. You were on dessert. You were.
And then remember, I don't know what happened. All he did was
I don't know what happened. Here we go. Our weekly Goodfellas rant. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so speaking of so good, Renato, it turns out that our mascot, Chidi, the bearded dragon, is on a roll. I think he's won the last 5 in a row, if not 6.
Wait, I got a question that I just thought of. How come he's not a special guest?
Chidi?
Yeah.
I mean, he could be.
I wouldn't mind interviewing him for a minute at some point.
I could see if he's available. I just don't know if his handler is busy right now.
Well, it don't have to be now, but I think I deserve to talk to the man. Look, now he's becoming somewhat of a celebrity. He's somewhat of like a Jimmy the Greek of the lizard world. Okay, I doubted him to begin with. I'll be the first to say it. I'll admit it.
Yeah,
I'm a bigger man than Chidi. I'll admit when I'm home. And I'd like to look in another man into the eyes, and I'd like to have a couple words like man to man, to man.
We can make that happen. But yeah, he is on a roll. The last one, he took the week off last week since we were on break. He chose Cyril Gane over Tai Tuivasa last time, and prior to that, he had picked Costa. He picked whatever he's picked the last at least 5 correctly. So keep that in mind.
You mean he went to the Ogula on the high side 5 times in a row?
No, the last time he went to the left. The last 2 times or whatever, he went to the left.
It's true. He have extrasensory perception. I'm gonna start asking him about people that have died, and I want to ask if they're still with me and stuff.
Exactly. But let's see what he says. But the last 2 times he did go to the left, but he used to go to the right all the time. But let's see what happens. Chidi's Choice, Sandhagen's song. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Chidi's Choice. The Tuesday Night Fistivities mascot will be choosing between the main event between Corey Sandhagen and Song Yadong. Chidi is feisty today. Chidi is a bearded dragon. What we do here, he's got 2 piles of arugula. A lot of time he goes to the right, so we take these 2 names and we randomize them. Chidi is very fired up today. Yeah, all right, Chidi. Okay, so here we go. Chidi did pick correctly last time out. He picked Cyril Gane over Tai Tuivasa. Chidi had the week off for UFC 279, but here we go. Okay, so we have got the names here. We're going to put one there, and Chidi. Who will win the main event? Will it be Corey Sandhagen or Song Yadong?
He's thinking about it.
Yes.
We don't want him.
Okay. Chidi has made a pick.
He did the high thing.
Figure out who this is. We thought about it. Ooh, don't want to get my fingers nibbled off. Chidi says
Good choice.
that Corey Sandhagen
That's not a bad choice.
will be victorious. Chidi has spoken. I mean, we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, we shall see. I think that's probably the right choice. But here's the thing. I love me some Song Yadong. I have known this kid since, I think the first time I interviewed him was literally all the way back in like 2000, whatever. I should look it up. If you're on my YouTube, look it up. It's like he was in a different organization. The first time I interviewed him, he was literally in Inner Mongolia or something like. So I've known this kid since before he was in the UFC. He was so young. So I have such a fond feelings toward him. He's such a good kid and such a nice guy that I would love for him to. I would love for him to become a superstar because he's just a good kid.
Oh boy.
But Corey is so talented and and Corey's he's a great guy too, and he's so chill. And I love that he just doesn't look like a quote unquote look like a fighter, and yet he's so dangerous. So
that one.
Man, that's a tough fight.
For me, I think that you're letting your judgment get cloud because I think you only like Song because his name is Dong or whatever. He have Dong in his name, so it give you hope.
Does it give me hope?
Well, yeah, because you're like, oh caralho, Dong. There might
be this year.
What? Well, you never know. Why you said?
Nothing. I'm not gonna repeat it. I shouldn't have even said it.
I'll give you the tape later, and I'll find out anyway.
It was arugula, Omega. He was eating
because it have that extra spice.
Yep. See, even D&D remembers the video talking to all the Asian fighters. Is like they were deep in China and some hidden. Exactly, they were in this organization called RUF, and they were so. RUFF, the Rannoch Ultimate Fighting Federation, the guy that used to run it, and all this kind of stuff. So, anyway, it was. Tim Klingbeil thinks that Song Yadong is about to get an upset, but it's Corey's 2 and 3. But it's like he's fighting the best of the best.
Best of the best of the best of the best. Listen, I think that of course Dong have a shot at this one.
But Chidi is totally on fire, though. Chidi's been picking great.
He sure has been. I can't believe I ever doubted him. I hate why.
Yeah, but it's going to be a good fight. It is going to be a good fight.
It will, of course. These guys is exciting, and sharp and danger. There's going to be danger and good fucking techniques. No sloppy shit. It's going to be.
Yeah,
good.
I know, right?
It's gonna be a fight.
It is. Which brings me to a couple of things. I don't know if you wanted to talk about Jake and Anderson had press conference. You know what? Before that, I wanted. I know I don't want to necessarily. Oh wait, I don't know if I can. Oh, I might have goofed. I wanted to. Well, I meant to. Oh wait. Well, no, I can't. I meant I wanted to upload a picture, but I put it in the wrong file. But I shared it on my Instagram. I just wanted to. No, I wanted to say, how sad it is about Elias Theodorou. That was just such a shock. I had no idea he was sick. I know, a lot of time. I guess it's sort of like the Chadwick Boseman thing, right? Where you didn't know, and I had no idea. And now in hindsight, a lot of things, when you think about the cannabis, his campaigning for that, and now in hindsight, you think about a lot of things. You're like, oh, maybe that's why that probably goes with this, that, the other thing. But I do just want to say, yeah, he was always so nice and used to, come to the show. Like I said, I shared a picture with him from when he came to UFC Tonight. But just such a nice guy. And I know, people used to sometimes critique his fights or whatever, but he won Tough Nations, and, he made fun of his own, he used to do modeling for, romance novels. And then he was an Invicta ring boy. Like, he had a sense of humor about it.
Looks like he had so I never got a chance, unfortunately, to meet the guy, but there was several friends in common that we have, and people had nothing but nice things to say about the guy. He made people laugh. He made people smile. Great looking fucking guy. So he made drive the girls crazy. And some of these undercover brothers out here who like that stuff too. And I had no fucking idea. And the weird thing about with a guy like that, he was so the flowing hair, the good looks, the fucking physique.
Yeah.
And you think, wow, that guy, certain people, you think he's so full of health. It was shocking. I was like, that guy can't. And it's you think, how the fuck?
34. It's so young. It's heartbreakingly young.
And friends and whatever girl he was dating, whatever the fuck is going on in his life. It's a fucking tragedy. It's too bad I never got the chance to hang out with the guy. And I feel bad for the people. for me, I'm not sitting here like, I wasn't sitting crying about because I didn't know him, but I feel for the people that this was a fact, because
Right.
I know I've been through loss a lot in my life, close and I know you have too. And
Yep.
you don't wish that feeling upon anybody.
No.
And it's just, I because to be honest, Elias is going to be fine. You know what I mean? It's the people
Right.
who is left behind that just gonna miss the guy, and it's that aching, it's that itch you can't scratch, it's that song you can never hear again, it's that thing you can't taste again or smell again, and there's nothing you can do about it. Not all the money, nothing. There's nothing you're always, it's like a maze you're going through, you're trying to work it out in your head, and nothing's gonna give you back that which you need.
Mm-hmm.
You're never gonna have it again, and it's a fucking pill to swallow.
It takes years to get that radical acceptance of that, because it can take years. And the thing about it is, yeah, agreed. Like you said too, for me, with being a parent, it's that whole idea of like, you want to outlive your children. And, so the one thing I will say as a PSA, it was colon cancer initially that had metastasized. And, I know a lot of time, men especially don't love going to the doctor. People don't love going to any kind of doctor for the sensitive issues, but like, go to the doctor, people, man, come on. Because that kind of stuff I had a friend who found out that he had testicular cancer at about the same age, and like found out I had it, done it, is gone. Like some of that stuff is unbelievably fast moving. And yeah.
And especially the prostate stuffs and shit like that. Guys, I mean, look, nobody wants that, but especially, I mean, boy, the fingers up your ass, and I mean, it's a thing you can easily put off. You know what I mean? Because it's
for sure.
I'll get a hound to it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Personally, I fucking cannot.
You gotta go, man.
Cannot. Like some people they're like whatever about it, and some people even like it sexually, man, or whatever. I'm saying like
for sure. For sure.
Boy, I just don't like the sensation of I don't like the sensation that it's like there's like a pressure. I just don't like it. It's not. I fucking hate that sensation. I just do.
Oh, geez. But yeah, at any rate, I do.
But you gotta do it. Sorry, I didn't.
You guys got to do it. So please take care of yourselves out there. And again, if anything, that just also again illustrates that whole idea of you just never know what people are battling. Like, just try not to be a-holes. You know what I mean? People are going through stuff all the time that you have no idea about. Like, don't be jerks out there. Just try to be cool to people.
Remember, for me, is like a lot of time when someone's being an asshole, like driving or something like that, and they fucking treating you like shit or whatever. It's hard to remember that because you just think, oh, this person's a fucking piece of shit. But you don't know if they just lost their fucking kid, or they're
coming from the hospital, or going to the hospital, or going to,
or someone blows a headlight, or they're driving crazy. Who knows if they trying to, like, because there's situation where like someone's trying to make it to the hospital. They know, like they said, hey, look, we're losing him or whatever. I've known people who've been in that situation, and they were like, in hindsight, I was blowing through I was out of my body just driving. And people who saw them was like, what a piece of shit. That person should be buried. That person should be shot by a firing squad. But we just don't know what somebody is going through. But it's so hard to remember that. It's tough. It's tough.
It really is.
It's easy to remember when you're nice and relaxed and calm like we are now. When you're out in the world, it takes a lot, and that's part of, I guess, what we need to learn while we're here,
It's true. But I just wanted to say, may he rest in peace.
That was nice of you to bring that up,
he was a good dude. We lost
was shook up by that one,
We lost a good dude. But I was starting to get to before that, today, apparently, like I say, had 2 back-to-back press conferences, Jake and Anderson. So I'm curious what you think about this, Jake Paul. And now, he's talking about how he really, is talking about being a real boxer here. Now he's only, 3 years into his real boxing career. And now this, that, and this is a real, he is fighting somebody legitimate this time. And, Anderson fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. last June and won a split decision boxing match there. But I am curious what your take is on this one and how you feel if it's quote unquote a real fight.
I do have a check on this because also I love boxing, you know, and I'm a fan of that too. Well, so I'm of two mind on this one.
Okay.
In one sense, I know that this is just a fucking hell of a payday for Anderson Silva. And I know that he wants this and he's very, very happy to have this. So for him, in that sense, go get your money, playboy. More power to you. On the other hand, I have such a dear place in my heart for Anderson Silva. The thought, even though it's not likely, the thought of sitting there and watching him get knocked out cold or something by this fucking kid I don't think I can stomach that. I'm still have post-traumatic distress from Chiron. I don't think I can watch this one. I'm gonna have to wait to find out once. I'm gonna have to be like this on Instagram to see what happened because I can't. My heart can't check it. I cannot sit there live and watch. I can't.
Listen to you. Yeah, apparently you're shook just at the thought.
No, because if that happened, it's just what that shit does to people's legacy is just to have this kid. And Grant, I do have some respect for. Look. You can hate this kid. You can think he sucks. Whatever. He's not a great boxer, but for someone who just started that recently, he's doing very well. Every single fight, there's improvement, and he is looking sharper and sharper. He does not look like a man who cannot box. And it's clear that he is strong and some people have punching power, some people don't. He happens to have punching power where he can put you to sleep. And that fly is going to be put to sleep. And I know you saw that.
Chaka Khan.
You ever seen that fucking you remember Winnebago Man or whatever, that guy who's trying to do like the infomercial for the Winnebago?
Yes.
Fucking losing his shit, and there's this one he keeps talking to the
Winnebago Man.
And he goes, "You fucking jackass," or whatever. He's talking to the fucking fly like he's a person. I feel like that myself.
But so with the Jake, the Jake Paul thing for me too. I too was really, really, really shook by the Tyron thing. And I remember being in Vegas. I was working. Alan Joban. How would you say his name?
Joao.
I gotta get Alan on. Alan needs to come on with us sometime.
Wait, you gotta go to Al-Anon? What the fuck is going on?
I'm not going to Al-Anon. I'm saying we should have Alan on with us sometime.
And he fucking chime me. Me and him is like gang bosh.
Yeah, maybe he can come on next week for our 1 year anniversary. He would be fun to have on next year.
Bust his chops because he have like a funny. He sound like the Cajun Dirk Diggler. He's like, man, this is gonna be a great fight. I can't even. This is the now these techniques. Now y'all, he's on, and when he's on, he's strike, and he. His Cajun Dirk Diggler.
That's hilarious. At any rate,
boy, I know that fucking dude. I was literally there when he walked into the fucking gym.
I'll ask him. I think because I can't remember if I'm working with him this weekend. I think I'm working with Sugar, and I'm not sure who else
had a class. You understand?
Yeah.
It's like, do y'all do cardio kickboxing?
That's so funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'll ask him. That'd be fun to have him on next week. That'd actually be good.
Yeah.
Max Payne Griff stop by too. Yeah, it'd be fun.
On that note, I'm so proud of that fucking guy.
Right?
see someone come from being a person who is not even an amateur martial artist. You know, he was always. You okay there? You
I think there was a bug in my drink.
Oh, look at kahama. Good. Oh, good. You like that? He was talking shit about his cousin, his Kujin over here. He got you, squared you away. He sorted you out. Well, protein. But to watch this fucking kid go from, he was always a street fighter, like, you know, untrained street fighter, you know, which belies the way he looked, you know, because he's have those model looks and stuff. But he was always a tough customer. But to see him go from someone who don't even know martial arts to becoming a successful amateur fighter, to becoming a pro, to becoming an actual UFC fighter, and then to becoming like a staple of like, he's a person people know, and he's sitting there analyzing. And I have to laugh to myself. Sometimes I check for Grant, and then sometimes I go, you know, like I'm doing something else, and then I look and I go, look at that, that's fucking Alan. And it cracked me up too. Sometimes, you know, because you guys,
because you see me in my real job, you're like, oh, KB has skills.
Yeah, but well, of course, but it's like I can most of the time just take for granted. I can go like, yeah, she does that, and then I stop, like, you know, you're clearing the plates,
right?
So, look at these fucking two people, you know, you're like, look at
my
them.
Goofball friends, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just funny, and you feel proud. You're like, hey, you know what? They're doing it. You know what I mean? They're doing. You feel good. You know that you see people succeeding. It's nice. You know. I mean, not certain people. I wish the worst on certain fat pig, but certain people that I like. You know, I want them to have a good success and long life. Unlike certain obese, unnamed, the ones who he made nameless right now.
Okay, well, I will say thank you for that. I appreciate it, and it's funny that you say this because, literally at one point during the night when, you know, I already showed you guys the footage of how insane the place was going. I literally, and I keep all my scripts, and I'll have it. You know, I just don't have it with me here. I didn't. We were going to get into this, but I literally wrote at one point. I wrote on my script or my notebook, I wrote, because Alan's sitting next to me, I wrote like, how effing awesome is this? You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, we have all these cameras on us, and even when your mic is on, like some, you know, so not that I can't say that on camera, but you know, sometimes there's certain things I want to say to him. I just like write it down. But so I wrote down something just like, dude, how effing awesome is this, right? And so he's like, oh yeah, man, bro, like for sure. And I said something like, because, you know, he'd been trying to get there for quite some time, and he worked with us once over at Fox, but he's been really trying to get back there, and he's been like, being aggressively trying to get it, and then like we mentioned it here, and you write to the boss, and so he's been really, really trying. And I agree. Like I said, then I also wrote another thing. I'm like, I'm so glad, you know, you kept after it, like you kept trying, and you kept working to get here, basically. Because I too am very proud of how far he's come, and it's been fun to you know, to help him out and to be there for it. Yeah.
He's tailor-made for this shit because he's a lovable guy who's easy on the eyes for, you know, let's face it, even men like to see good-looking people on the screen.
Right.
You know, and like you like it's pleasing to the eyes.
Library Sharky saying the good looks Mount Rushmore is Joe Ban, you, Renato, Luke Rockhold, and Elias Theodorou.
I agree. Library Shark.
I would maybe leave.
Listen, don't shoot yourself on the feet.
Oh, well, whatever. I just have a different list, but that's a solid list.
Listen, but I will ask Library Shortcake one more question. Which president am I if you had to pick?
Where are you?
Hushmore, I get confused because is Bill Murray and what's his name is part of that, the Hushmore or whatever.
That movie was great, actually. Rushmore was great with what's his face. What's his name? The dark-haired kid who was also in the.
Because he's supposed to be a Shriver or whatever, but
he's so good though. He was also, wasn't he also like not the Steve Zissou one? Mac, what is his name? Isn't his name Max?
No, it's Jason Schwartzman. That's
Jason
why.
Schwartzman. Yeah, he's very good. Rushmore. I like Rushmore. That's a good
The
movie.
dad's name, even though Talia Shire or whatever is the mommy.
Talia Shire's his mom?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, that's right.
He's a Coppola.
Yeah.
He's
right,
a Coppola.
Right.
Which makes sense. But yeah, he's in some of those ones. He's in like the hotel fucking
right.
Or whatever.
Right, exactly.
The fucking French Dispatchio and all
exactly.
that.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
I like him. He's good. Yeah, see, she's even saying, or I assume it's a she, I don't know, but Library Short is saying a great movie there with the Mount Rushmore, or Rushmore rather. Yeah. Okay. So,
FDH.
What?
On the Mount Rushmore.
It was you, Elias Theodorou, Luke Rockhold, and
if you had to assign a president.
Oh, which one are you?
For me,
I don't know.
Walter Mondale. No,
yeah.
I'm just waiting side comments out there and beat you to the punch.
But yeah, okay. So, is there anything you wanted to get to, Renato, or if people had any relationship questions or anything? I mean, I don't know.
Oh, that would be a question for the audience, because we have a little extra chimey because some people had other stuff to do tonight.
Yeah,
we'll sort that out later. Yeah, why not? We're gonna tell him when I see that one or his friends, I'm gonna say I don't want his pork chop. I want his life. And you're gonna know, people who've seen Blood In, Blood Out, they're gonna know what that means. But
is that like I drink your milkshake?
It's that kind of stuff. Now we're gonna make him pay for this. Don't worry. I have ways of making him try. I know his coaches. I know all that stuff. Don't worry. Yeah. So what the fuck I was gonna say? Oh, so let's have a treat for the let's do an advicey corner for let's do what you call ask the fuck was that?
Oh, it was Renato He Acts.
Yeah, but also what was the thing like the classic ask whatever in the paper?
Oh, Dear Judy, or I mean Dear
Abby.
Dear Abby.
Let's get the Dear Abby stuffs going. And let us solve your problems.
Yeah, well, remember, we used to have normal or now.
Yeah, true. I would ask the people if you have a problems that you could use some advice. It could be about dating. It could be about a career move. It could be. It's like one of those hotlines you used to call, the 1-800 or 1-900. We're gonna figure out for you.
Okay, well, this first and foremost, though, the Ender Band saying, could you guys wish me a belated happy birthday? On the record, I watched Angel Heart because 1987 had all the best films. Well, I would definitely say happy birthday to the Ender Band.
First of all,
belated.
Happy birthday. And if he doesn't know this is going to be a mitzvah for him and a double whammy. But if you've ever seen Angel Heart, I don't know if I brought this up before. Did we talk about this?
We have talked about it, but go ahead and mention it again.
And I don't know if this is why he's even brought it up, but if he doesn't know this, he's gonna love this. That my father is played Pastor John in the Harlem Church or whatever. So that's a little movie trivia for you. And I fucking love that movie too. One of my
fantastic movie.
Yeah,
fantastic movie. Lisa Bonet, Mickey Rourke. Oof, it is hot. That's a hot movie.
And
Bobby D.
Laranja. Now the what was I gonna say? That guy that directs, his style, it just you really feel his name Alan Parker. You really feel like you're there, He did Mississippi Burning,
You feel the humidity, you feel the stickiness.
He does period stuff like where you really feel like you're in the fucking place, And he's a stickler for the details, I love that guy's style. Anyway,
Angel Heart is really great. Really great. So they already knew about that. So yeah.
Okay, well, hey, Pastor Juan, I am so. Here's the thing that I'm so bummed out about. When you watch that movie, there's like an artist rendition of him, like a shitty painting, and it's like a board that they have up. It's like this cheap thing, and it says Pastor João is God, and it have like a shitty painting of my father's face.
Wow.
If I could fucking have that, and you know that shit is long gone, you know what I mean? But like,
Right.
because it would have, I'm like, oh, who has that? You know what I mean? Just to have that,
Yeah.
it would make me laugh every fucking time I saw it. Just to think that they, because you know it's your own dad, so you're like, that's
No,
not
that'd be cool.
Pastor João, and it's just fun to see, you know.
It would be cool. It would be cool. So here's a question for us. Takero or Taki Roman 91. Any tips for long distance relationships? I'm going to do my master's program abroad while my wife stays home. She will visit from time to time. Well, one thing I would say, Takero Man 91 or whatever your name is, and yes, is that I would say like don't like mandate phone calls and like don't mandate that kind of stuff because it's going to take the joy out of it. So if the other person can't really talk for more than 5 minutes this one time, don't take it personally. Don't take offense. Don't mandate that they stay on the phone for 20 minutes, 30 minutes or whatever. But I would say maybe my own suggestion, and I haven't had a long distance relationship, but I would say maybe pick a show that you guys like. And maybe that's the kind of thing where you guys can FaceTime each other and watch a show together so you still feel like you do something together.
Karyn Bryant, the best piece of advice in that I got that I'm like is essential that I would have forgot to say is that first thing you said. I was in as long of a distance relationship as you could possibly get, where she was way the fuck off in fucking Scandinavia or whatever. Okay.
Oh wow, yeah.
It was difficult to say the least. It was, you know, I knew better than to do a fucking, you know, because this wasn't my wife yet. I had a choice in the matter. I wasn't so deep in. And at first it was so cute to do these FaceTime and stuff like that. After a while, it started to become like a work Zoom call. And then you start to, dread is a strong word, but it just started to take some of the,
it felt like an obligation.
Yeah, and the obligation and stuff like that is the death of the excitement. And it started to become, I hated myself for even feeling like this, where you're like, oh fuck, I gotta do this right now, you know, I don't feel like it, you know, and then you're kind of halfway in the conversation because you're like not that jazzed about it, and you feel like the person deserves better. It's not like you don't want to be excited. So boy, oh boy, if you listen to nothing else, whoever, I didn't got the name of the person there, that is probably the fucking number one advice that anyone could have gave you, that you don't hear people talking about much. Like, I think that's not the conventional wisdom. It would be like, make sure you talk to each other all the time. Careful with that shit. Don't OD on each other with that bullshit. And then another stuff's, I love the idea of watching a show. It's almost like book club or whatever, you know, or maybe fuck with the same book or whatever. And like, oh my God, did you see what just happened? You know, like, so you can keep that excitement about discovering something or whatever, not the same old shit. Oh, what did you do today? Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? So another stuff I think can be exciting, or I don't know how exciting it is, but some people like video games, some people don't. You know, I find that, no, it's a lot of female like that one's true.
Yeah, for sure.
No way. Go on fucking one of those stupid games and fuck each other up on like.
That's funny. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Call of Duty and talk shit to each other and be like, oh, you piece of shit. You know, like have some fun, some grab ass online like that.
Right.
That's something you can engage in. That's not the humdrum like. So what'd you do? I hate that. What'd you do today? Or how's your morning? Or how was your week? All that kind of shit.
And so now I got to recount my whole thing. Like I didn't. Yeah, I'm not trying
to interview. It's like a fucking interview. It's like, and that's not why you liked each other in the first place. So either you gotta have stuff to look forward to. You gotta still keep the excitement.
I would say definitely send hot pictures to each other though. Like that kind of stuff's fun. That kind of stuff's fun. And if you could, maybe if you know, she has something coming up, like, or, there's all those kind of things where, if I don't know if you have children or whatever, if you're leaving them behind, like you send her while you're gone, like you send her a gift basket of, stuff for a spa day at home, a bathtub day or whatever, or send her an actual gift card to go, if you can afford it. Obviously people can't afford everything, but if you can, even just a little thing, send her a Starbucks gift card for $15 or something that just is like, hey, I'm thinking about you.
Now you're stepping on my toes here. What do you think we made of money over here? $15. Oh God, now you're starting to shiver on my chin.
Just something, a little something that makes you say, hey, yeah, I thought about you.
This went into a dark direction, my brother. I'm sorry that she had to, I was with
her. It's all about the wallet. Here we go.
With her until $15. Oh God,
okay, well, good, and they actually appreciate it. So Carol Man 91 actually appreciates it. So and yes, well, no kids yet. Okay, good for you. So then, no matter
what happened, at least you don't have any kids, boy. You can thank your lucky stars for that one.
Okay.
Make sure she's not cheating on you. Check her. Make sure she. No, I'm kidding.
Kidding.
Those overbearing guys are like, grow you pussy. Right. Don't do.
Follow her around and put her on lockdown. Okay.
You better have not shaved you, because then I'm gonna.
Because that means you did it for somebody else, not for me, or maybe I did it for myself. But okay, so I'm not going to say the name. Next question. Hey guys, I'm 23. My parents think I'm a bum because all I want to do is wash dishes at a hotel and train BJJ. I'm happy doing just that. They call me a loser all the time. I live alone now. Advice. I mean,
come again. Put that fucking thing back up there.
My parents think I'm a bum.
Okay, I got it. That's exactly what I thought happened here. Now, my brother, blood clots. Now, listen, blood clots. You don't have to do nothing.
You don't, Guana. You don't have to do nothing.
Ain't no milk in the sky. Not for you, not for me, not for
me. Me not want work. Me not gone work.
It's here, and I want my new tonight. You gotta check a book. I want you to go blood clot. I want you to go watch The Harder They Come. You're gonna get inspired from that, first of all. Check it from somebody, me, your Uncle Hanach. Like Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. You're not in fucking people telling me to do this and do that and don't do this and don't do that, and you gotta get fucking married, or you should go to school. You should do this fucking shit.
You should wear a
condom. You know how many people don't succeed in the shit you want to do, and how come you don't settle? Blah 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 blah. All this fucking bullshit. Everybody want to weigh in. At the end of the day, my brother, you are the only fucking one who gotta live in your skin. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror, and you gotta be happy with your fucking lifey. And if training BJJ and washing dishes or white fucking shiny shoe, I don't care what the fuck it is. If you're happy with yourself and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're happy, fuck what they're talking about. And I don't want to say fuck your parents, but let's just say fuck whoever don't like it. And shame on anybody for challenging somebody that they're a loser. And if they truly saying that, if you're saying your kids is a fucking loser, you got a worse problems than the dishwasher.
Okay, there's a lot of what you just said that I agree with, that you should never call your kid a loser. And I don't like the idea of that kind of language. What I don't know is the backstory. Did his parents invest $150,000 in college, and now this person is just washing dishes and just wants to train BJJ? Right. If that's the situation, I would say I could understand the parents' frustration, and maybe you should have let them not pay for college if that's the case. I don't know the case. You know what I mean? But I agree with you. I agree with you that if you're happy at age, and by the way, 23, like I knew what I was going to be doing, but like a lot of people don't. 23 is still young. 23 is still, you're still a kid. Like I wouldn't, if my daughter didn't at age 23, didn't know exactly what she was going to be when she quote unquote grew up, I wouldn't be stressing that hard, calling her a loser. You know, if you're paying your bills and you're not, out there being a menace to society or whatever, and you're rolling and you're washing dishes and you're figuring out yourself, you're taking a year to find yourself, like I'm probably not going to freak out on you.
Let me tell you something. And I like what you just said. And I co-sign that. And what's his, blood clutch. How could I forget? Blood clutch. Yeah.
Totally.
Anyway, few laser beams.
And dance hall reggae music.
Yeah. Bam, bam, bam. And miss I one thing. Okay, now,
Sorry.
let me not get off on. You shouldn't have called yourself blood clutch if you didn't want this chapter. But you're 23. Your Uncle Hanachi, when he took the chance to move to LA, a city where he didn't fucking knew nobody, had nothing going for him. He uprooted himself, was 26 years old. Your Uncle Hanachi was the bottom was bussing tables and bar backing at 26 years old, and was living in a house with fucking 5 different people that was not even his friend. Just happened to there's an opening. There's a fucking whom I told you about that place because the guy.
Yes.
That's where the fucking woman was going. Wait, it's a bon. Okay, so now. You think my parents was like, oh, he's doing a fucking bang up job over here. He's 26 and he's
killing
it. You got guys who came like snuck over the border, like, and doing those jobs. It was all those cats and me.
Right.
And I was working at a fucking nightclub. You know when people like drop a fucking drink on the dance floor, and there's all these people dressed to the nines. It was like a salsa club, and it was on
right.
You remember the old. The conga home,
yes,
the original one, and it was like all the Latin celebrities owned it together. It was
right, Jimmy Smits,
Jimmy Smits, all fucking whatever. All these.
Meanwhile, I'm watching Dexter again. I'm going through all those Dexters.
Okay, Carallo, it's not about Dexter. No. Anyway, but so these people dressed to the nines, fine ass fucking women, all this stuff. Somebody drops a fucking drink on the fucking dance floor, and there's glass and all that kind of shit. I'm the guy, like you see those little guys
with the little broom thingy.
I was doing that shit. No glory in that.
No,
but I was doing it because I believed in myself, and I had a mission that I was on, and I took a fucking chance. And I said, well, fuck you. And you know what's funny? At that point, I had already did a couple of stuffs. Of course, in my country, I was already a legend, and you had to start over. And then I had also done some American movies and stuff like that, but like low budget. But I remember one of the most embarrassing stuff was I had did a low budget movie with João Bon Jovi in New York. And of course he was João Jambovi or whatever the fuck his name is. And he wasn't he wasn't a household name as an actor, but this guy's a fucking legendary rock star or whatever. Okay. So, and at the Chinese, we going chow to chow. We was, we working as conchapo, as what you call, not cohort, whatever you call, whatever the fuck it is. Cut through. I'm at this club, misery. Like I'm wearing a guaybara or whatever, and like, you're like sweeping up. I did secure some punchang. Funny enough, even in that lolly hall. Still, women would put that little phone number back before they was putting in it. It was like a hidden piece of paper.
Hardworking man,
I was working hard. And I remember I saw João Jambovi in the fucking VIP, and I went, oh caralho! And I was doing my hardest just not to be seen by this fucking guy because it was embarrassing. It was like. So what you been doing since we did that movie together? Oh, nothing. Just I'm a bus boy with nothing going for me. Caralho.
I got some numbers, but that's about it.
So times was tough. Let me tell you. And
so you can respect this. This person is
and not your, but however, let me just say this. I was always chasing something bigger, all this kind of stuff. That stuff didn't always give, even when I had success and the most money I ever had and all that kind of stuff. That in and of itself wasn't what brought me any kind of happiness. So the fact that this man at this young age is evolved enough, because for me, I think he's ahead of the game, not behind the game. This is the kind of insight you get as an old man to realize that it's not about the flashy job and all that shit. Is that this man is in love with jiu-jitsu.
Right.
Almost like a person who's like a beach bum who like just lives to surf.
Yeah.
And that's his surfing. And as long as he can make enough money at whatever fucking job it is, he's happy.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if he
lucky to have a simple fucking have figured it out to that point, have pared it down to that. I'm impressed with it. Fuck. I know that I might feel different. Who gives a fuck? I don't care what my kids do. But maybe I can understand a parent being quietly disappointed and trying to nudge you into, hey, you know, have you ever thought about, you're welcome, blood clutch. You're welcome. And I can understand a parent being concerned and you know what? Sometimes it's about the parents' own ego, because how they gonna tell, you know, the Joneses, oh, your kid just finished law school or whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
Your kid doing? He's working at fucking Joe's, you know, Korean barbecue or whatever the fuck it is, or whatever, Crab Shack, whatever it is he's doing. I don't know where he's working. If it's a snazzy joint or it's a shithole, I don't know. But so sometimes it might be about how they feel, about how they.
Of course it is. A lot of it's
action of them. And look, what's the main thing? Whether your kid is gay or your kid is fucking, what the fuck they choose to do in their life. The main fucking thing is, are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you happy? The guy's telling you, Mom, Dad, I'm happy for the first time, right?
Yeah.
And to take the wind out of his sails, and God forbid, I don't know if it's hyperbole, if he's throwing yeast in it by saying they calling him calling him a loser or making him feel like a loser, or they literally saying to him, you a fucking loser. If they're saying that in plain English, they need some.
Yeah, that's not okay.
They need a stern talking to from your uncle and aunt.
Yeah, that's not okay. Can't be talking to your kid like that. That's not cool.
By the way,
that's not cool.
Unfortunately, you know, and I have to get another one because I keep forgetting that the charger that I have is that kind of one that you put the circle. You know, it's the
Is yours dying? Because my ears are dying down too.
Wireless is not it is great, but on this setup on the clampy thing, this thing covers the fucking part you need to put that. So I need to get one of the old schools for this, and I put this one, it don't work. The clamp. So unfortunately, my thing is giving me limited time. It's not about to die just yet, but it just gave me my first warning. So I'm just
and I was gonna start to wrap it up anyway too, because
I wouldn't mind one fucking question, one more question.
Okay, if we have one more question in here,
we're doing the Lord's work here.
I'm just trying to say, there's no more. I don't know if there's any other questions in here, but we so far have answered the questions.
I want to say about the dishwashing thing,
mm-hmm.
And that's not to say that might not feed you blood clutch like it is now. You may wake up in 5 years and go, you know what, this isn't enough for me anymore.
Right.
You know, I love jiu-jitsu, but it's not giving me the same buzz, and I'm kind of over the fucking dishwashing, and I might want to expand my horizons. I might want to travel. I might want to just try something else, and that's good too. That's growth. That's evolution. But on you terms, when you're ready for that, because it's your life, you're not telling your parents what the fuck to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? They live in their own life. They in their own skin. You can't tell someone how to live. You know, you can suggest stuff, but you can't say, hey, if you don't do this, you ain't shit. You know? Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And I had to take I took a lot of shit. I took a lot of the stuff that I tried to do in my life. A lot of people that I know, friends and some family, said a lot of discouraging fucking shit, to say the least. And was very like dismissive, like, oh, look who thinks they're gonna, and
yeah.
But you know what's the funny thing? You can't win, because when you do have success, then they get this. Those same people get this attitude. Oh, the king has arrived. You know,
Right.
Oh, you can't. And then so they act like you think you missed a bit, and you're like, go fuck yourself. Either I'm a pathetic loser, or I think I'm too. Which one is it here? You know what I mean? You know,
I actually worked hard and worked my ass up and found some. Yeah, it's right. Yeah, I agree that, you know, a lot of people's problems is their own, projections on you and their own, whatever, their own issues. It's not about,
you know, like people have enough being in their own fucking. Isn't it hard enough to be a human being and have all these fucking thoughts hunting through your brain and get through the goddamn day with all the fucking people and bullshit that goes on in the world? Why the fuck you focusing on other people and trying to tell them what the fuck to do? Mind your own fucking business. How about that, mommy and daddy? Okay, one caveat. If they paying his rent and his phone bill and all that stuff,
that's what I'm saying.
Then fuck you, Blood Clutch.
Exactly.
Tell the truth, Blood Clutch. I didn't even thought about that.
Well, no, that's what I say. That's what that's why I said, if you're paying your bills and, you know, you're washing dishes and you're paying your bills and, you know, you're not a burden to society, you're not whatever menace to society, then like whatever.
Yeah, or if they got like the special credit card where he could put X amount of dollars, like
right.
With that.
Yeah, are you really independent or not? You know,
card or whatever.
Right. Hey, Joe D asking about Sandhagen or Yadong. We already did that. I know some people got here late, so go back. We talked about that fight already.
You should have been here. Where the fuck were you?
Where were you? Yeah, we can see if we get one more question in before we wrap it up. But I want to let people know, you know, like we're
the happenings. I'm sorry. I'm so excited.
Is that, you know, this was episode 51. And so that means there's a lot of other ones for you to catch up on. But we are on, you can go to fistivities.com or you can go to my YouTube /Karyn Bryant. But now we're on Apple Podcasts. So I'm trying to think how many I put up there. I think there's maybe like 15 or so up there now. And I'm going to keep adding more, you know, more of the back catalog of all of our shows. But eventually all of them will be up there. But obviously I put this one will be out, you know, tonight or tomorrow morning. But we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Stitcher. So people can download us too. That was something people were asking for. And so now, there's lots of ways to consume our product.
Don't worry. They're going to cook up a reason to be disgruntled.
Like you said, where's the transcript? Where's my...
Why it's not on Pony Express?
I was just saying, why is it not available in this dialect of Southern Bulgaria?
I get a handwritten letter with the fucking shit on there.
Yeah.
With pen wax or whatever. You know, the one like where you put the mark or whatever?
Oh, yes.
That's what they want. Trust me, they're going to find a way. They're going to get bored with it's on Apple. Like, what can they do for me next?
Right, because it's all free and you don't pay for it anyway.
Make it more free, caray.
Make it more free.
We're gonna have to start paying them. You know,
paying them to watch.
Well, I mean, what have they did for me lately? They're not paying. No one's paying me to watch the fucking thing. Unbelievable, caray.
Yeah. At any rate, this weekend
I feel like we got kids like blood clots just hanging around, with the essays in the back. Come on.
For free stuff. But I'm working this weekend. I think, like I said, I think I'm working with Rashad, but I'm not sure. Oh, excuse me.
Are we boring you? I'm
sorry.
You
know what it is? No, what it is I'm hungry. I didn't eat dinner yet, and so I'm hungry.
Whenever I'm hungry, the first thing I do is go like this. I
am hungry. But anyway, I'm working this weekend, and I'm working this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Renato, what are you doing in the downtime? Seminars? Are you competing? Are you calling any rollers? What are you doing?
In the life of a Renaissance man like myself, there's so much stuff. That's all. I've got my hand in it. I got my fingers in a lot of different pies, and I'm all over the place. So I'm doing a lot of stuff. Okay. I like to wet my beak. So I'm do a lot of. I do all kind of stuff. So to keep up with your Uncle Renato and all the different stuffs that he is involved, I'm like to keep you abreast of the situation by putting that. I use Instagram me as like a hub. So any stuff I got coming up, I'm gonna let you know that one. Don't fret, porra.
Okay.
Like his long distance wifey, don't fret. I'm gonna keep you on the loop. So, and then in the meantime, you have some giggles. You'll get titillated by some of the pictures of your Uncle Hanachi and some of the throwbacks where you get to see young Uncle Hanachi with Grovino.
You have good music selection a lot of the time.
Excellent taste. So you could do a lot worse than to follow your Uncle Hanachi at Renato_Laranja. Once again, Renato_Laranja. And then never mind all the other shit. You're gonna get that, and it's all blossom from that one because it's connected to all the other shit. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. Well, and you can find all of these shows on festivities.com if you want to watch them, or YouTube/Karyn Bryant, Karyn. Bryant as in Kobe, no relation, but may he rest in peace. These also go out live on Twitter and Twitch. But yeah, this was episode 51. So you can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Stitcher. And next week for the 52, I'll reach out to Alan. Maybe we get Mr. Joe Ban on, and we have Max Payne Griff stop by, and so that could be fun. You good? Are you good? So yeah, that was good. Even though D-Rod wasn't able to make it, unfortunately, we'll have to catch him another time. Wow.
When you started heating off your resume and stuff, I started to get so hungry. I started to get famished. I'm like, God,
Can you hear this, or should I turn it up?
Oh, how dare you? How fucking dare you?
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Fucking believable.
See you later, folks. Bye, everybody. Wow. See you later.
I'm gonna soon forget. I can forget.